lesbian, lesbian. You are a lesbian, lesbian. Don't you like that word, lesbian, 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 lesbian. Don't you like that word, lesbian, 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 lesbian.
I'm on a drug culture machine. It's not available. If you try it once, you will die. Your face will melt off. You control the weep over your tortured body, over your tortured body.
You love to party.
What's not to love? The world I was on, Mick Jagger and Richard looked like droopy-eyed armless children. That's how I partied. That's how I partied. I was banging 7-gram rocks. That's how I roll. Winning. I had one gear. Go. Epic. Winning.
Are you bipolar?
I'm by winning. Win here. Win there. Win. Everywhere. Winner. Absolute victory. Everywhere. Winner. I'm on a quest.
We're gonna win everywhere.
Right every single wrong.
Right every wrong.
I'm a total freaking rock star from Mars. Winning. Come on, bro. I got taco blood. Winning. You bottle my brains and feel like, dude, can't handle it. Win here. Win there. Win. Everywhere.
I've got a list, help me sort this. From the epic win to the desperately win list. Chicken nuggets, bubble gum, pretending to text to avoid someone.
Epic,
slow dancing, slow pantsing, breaking the rules of the Geneva Convention.
Weak.
Adonis blood, violent love, giving needed women caresses and hugs.
Epic,
childbirth, calling birth, take your weakest verse.
Duh. Winning. I was banging 7-gram rocks. That's how I roll. Winning. I had one gear. Go. Epic. Winning.
Are you bipolar?
I'm by winning. Win here. Win there. Win everywhere. I'm a total freaking rock star from Mars. Winning. Come on, bro. I got taco blood. Winning. You bottle my brains and feel like, dude, can't handle it. Win here. Win there. Win everywhere. Winner.
Subscribe and tell us what to songify. Do your own version and we'll link it if it's super fly.
Alright? Yeah. I just wanted to say that it really irritates me that South Park would say red-haired people don't have souls. And it really hurts my feelings. I act like it doesn't, but it does really bad. For real. God! Teachers have souls. You don't know me. You're not God. You don't know who has a soul when you're done. God! I don't see the difference. Teachers have souls. I'm red-headed, and God made me that way. And God made teachers have souls. Red-haired people. Teachers have souls. Red-haired people. God made me that way. Red-haired people. God! Red-haired people. God! Red-haired people. Lately I've been being called a ginger. A fat ginger. It pisses me off. I'm getting sick and tired of everyone making fun of red-haired people. What is so freaking different? Tell me! I'm red-headed and I'm proud of it. I'm proud of me. I'm proud of myself. I'm proud I got freckles, you know? It's who I am. God made me that way, and I have a soul. God! Teachers have souls. You don't know me. You're not God. You don't know who has a soul. God! I don't see the difference. Teachers have souls. I'm red-headed, and God made me that way. And God made teachers have souls. Signify the top comment.
Transportation Museum. Whoa. Better book a ticket to Sacramento.
Systems, the company store, the paradigm of absolute control. And that's why we're just out here doing simple things, pointing out that we're meant to be in nature and be natural. And this is where we find the source that God made to transcend the New World Order. And that's why they want to try to keep us out of it.
I'm angry.
Christian murder scum. They're on giant death factories, keeping babies alive and selling their body parts. What more do you need to know about these people? I go out and face these scum. They literally crawl out from under rocks. They have green-looking skin, and they run around screaming, "We love Satan, we want to eat babies." I have them on video.
Welcome, everybody. Coming in with one of my favorite jams.
Creepy, weird, sick stuff, man.
What are y'all drinking tonight?
She sleeps in the same room with that creepy, weird woman whose mother wears a hood over her head. What the hell? That woman number one is ugly.
I'm drinking Grey Goose.
Imagine how bad
Loose
she
with the
smells,
goose.
man.
And the Baja Blast.
Told her and Obama just stink. Obama and Hillary both smell like sulfur.
Look at that man right there.
Literal vampire pot belly goblins
Hobbling round, coming after us.
My spirit gets close to the
There you go.
people and I feel it go. Ah, ah, ah. We're such self-centered crap. We
Aren't we,
don't
Josh?
even notice, and it's out rising up
Aren't we
against us.
self-centered crap?
Millions of pointed people of the very worst type.
You gotta turn yourself up or something.
We're gonna stab your daughter at the mall. We're gonna stab your wife, your son. We're gonna stab you with a butcher knife, and then the police chief is gonna say, "We love our Somalis, we love our Muslims. Oh, they're so good.
Nope.
Oh, they're so sweet." Yeah.
Nope.
No.
I can hear myself.
Okay, hold up.
Echo!
Here we go. Hell yeah.
Hello? I can still hear myself.
Barely hear you. Holy shit, my fucking echo is crazy. Why?
What is that?
Hold up. There we go. Now my echo's kind of not there.
I'm hearing music. Where's this music?
I can't hear you at all.
What?
You gotta like yell, like you're the background.
I don't have music playing.
Oh, look at
That's
that.
not me.
Massive aquarium with.
Well, it's some massive aquarium. I don't
I
know.
know, that's what I'm trying to figure out. What is this massive aquarium?
I don't know what the fuck that was.
No.
Anyway, what's up, Josh?
Nah, shit, Kim. It's been a hell of a last couple of days since the last show we had.
I know it's been great, hasn't it? I got here. I'll let me minimize us real quick so everybody can get a look gander at this.
Right, ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah,
Rome is on fire.
exactly. Yeah, that's how I feel about it. Mitch has been working on this book, Empire of Dirt, and I feel like the Empire it's turning into an ash heap faster than it's turning into a pile of dirt.
I mean,
Man-eating sharks.
man-eating shark.
Dude, this is not mine.
All right, hold up. Maybe it's me. Maybe I logged on and it's me because I'm hearing all my echoes. Let me relaunch everything real quick.
All right. We'll see what happens. While he's doing that, I'll try to fix some stuff too. Just in case, it that one, do this one. And you know what the fuck? We'll do this too. There we go. Yeah. Y'all got y'all's Xfinity hacked? No, my internet was pretty low a moment ago, but it's working now. Some reason it gets lower as I play more things. At one point earlier, I had I had Netflix, I had YouTube, and I had a game going, and then this thing was running in the background, so I was going all kinds of nuts.
A little better.
Better?
Yeah. I'm hearing myself, but
Is your monitor on? Like, there's like a monitor feature? Or
no, it's I don't know.
I don't know. It's always something with emo. What are you drinking, Josh?
I'm back over here with the Kyle Rittenhouse, little
Oh, okay.
Rittenhouse Square love for the Eagles going to the Super Bowl today.
Oh yeah, they actually made it. I haven't been paying
Yeah,
attention.
they made it.
when is the Super Bowl? It's usually on my birthday.
Not this coming Sunday, but next Sunday or the Sunday after.
Okay.
What is this?
Whoa, be careful, Archer.
Be careful, Archer. I don't.
Yeah, he's behind glass.
What is going on right now?
But
Bro,
he's yet to meet this
it sounds like a kid show.
His name is Bug. He's
Y'all believe this shit?
safer to hold.
We're definitely
I don't
getting
know.
hacked.
This is so weird.
I'm closing everything except for this. That's so funny. He's logged into his kid shit or something. I have no idea. That's hilarious though. Yeah, I've closed out everything now. It ain't me. Look, he's even throwing up warning signs. Hey, you're closing a lot of shit, bud. Let me get my so I don't look like I'm looking at a world on fire. It is kind of cool with the red glow. There we go. Fix that. Get my spotlight back. Super Bowl is 2 weeks from today. Okay. Yeah, so the week after my birthday, then that's when it's gonna do it. It's always right around first week of February every time. Yeah, so people that don't know, there's a bunch of meetings happening right now, and maybe we'll get some updates from Rob and Mitch when those meetings conclude themselves. So at 7:00 tonight, the Florida Mises Caucus got together and started meeting, and I believe it wouldn't surprise me if the other states across the country had similar events happening. I only know about that one because I'm still in the Discord. But National Mises Caucus is going to have a meeting tonight as well, and they're supposed to be talking about this whole Angela resignation thing and what the next steps are going to be and all that kind of stuff. So those are the meetings that are happening. The National Mises Caucus meeting starts in about 15 minutes. Now, Josh and I have been trying to figure out a way to get into this meeting. Because I am not Mises Pack. See you at the. Oh, I may have gotten a link. Josh, I may have a link.
You may have a link.
Yeah, I'm gonna try
to
it
what?
now. I was explaining that tonight there's a panic in the MC and they're all having meetings.
Oh, beautiful.
And I believe I may have inherited a link.
All right. Winner, chicken dinner here. I think I fixed my the audio issue we were having. So, full disclosure for the crowd here, it seems that somehow my wife's iPad audio was running through my shit for some reason. So that's interesting.
All right, now I got to go into now. I need to pick a name at random in here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Jim Turney.
I don't think he's a National Mises Caucus member.
What? Jim Turney's part of everything. How is he not a National Mises member? The greatest libertarian of our time.
I don't know. I'm trying to weasel my way in here.
I feel you.
I gotta pick somebody. Who's a state organizer that's not gonna show up tonight?
Lisa Gansky.
She's not a state organizer anymore.
I don't know, bro. All of the state organizers change so quick nowadays.
Yeah. Trying to think who would be I'm just looking through the list of everybody in here. Anyway, we're gonna try to get into this meeting, and if we can't get in, we'll share it here. And it's a secret SwampCast, so I don't really feel too bad about it. But we know how this is gonna go. I think that you and I are pretty much in agreement on how this is gonna go. They're gonna.
What do you mean, Tim?
Like,
What
There's
you
not gonna
mean?
there's not gonna be a good choice to replace Angela.
No.
That's what I mean.
No, like we've been talking about this off and on in several different group chats, and like it's the same thing I had said about like replacing Karen Ann Harlow's coming up the convention. Everybody's like, she needs to go, she needs to go. I'm like, who are we replacing her with? Doesn't matter. Anybody's better. I'm like, this is why the LP has failed for 50 years. Because when you don't find replacements and you keep saying anybody is better than this person I don't like, you're going to keep drafting from the lowest common denominator, and they're going to keep sucking, and you're never going to get anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, it is always like that, right? It's never like you want to say it's the best person for the job, but really it's the first or second person to volunteer.
Yeah.
And it's more often than not the first.
Yeah. How I ended up with Florida Mises Caucus team lead organizer out of nowhere because nobody else volunteered.
Yeah.
And then here I go.
Well, it's the same way for a lot of races. Like, not just that, like, and not just you. Like, there's a bunch of people like that are in positions simply because they're the only person that accepted. Michael Rechtenwald. There you go.
I mean, that was kind of like nobody that we like is accepting, and we want to rub it in Termont's face for even making the effort and trying.
Yeah.
That's just how I feel.
Make sure I join from the browser. That's the only way this happens. I'm gonna try to go in as myself and see what happens.
What are they gonna do? Kick you out?
Well, they have to let me in the room, so it's a little more. It's a little more secure than LPF.
What are they gonna do? Tell you no? They're probably just admit all. You really think they're going one by one? Admit. No. You
don't
just
think
put
so?
Tim in there. You'll probably get by. Tim.
Okay.
Parentheses FL. You'll be in.
I was thinking to put in FL or Georgia. I'm still in the national. Like, they haven't booted me from the caucus, but I am not on the state organizer role anymore.
Yo, you should just pop in there and be like, I didn't know I was removed. Nobody even talked to me. My bad.
Yeah. That's all right. We'll see. I have it open over
These
here.
same fucking losers are the same people who, like, there's people outside the caucus who were reaching out before all this, like, hey, we want to help you, like, navigate the next couple months, and lo and behold, the next couple months came and went, and here we are with some stupid shit on our plate again.
Yeah, man. You cannot organize retardation. That's true. So Angela joining Trump's admin or not? I don't think so.
I honestly, like, I'm seeing everybody saying it, and, like, I'm kind of agreeing unironically. Like, I do hope she gets a position in the Trump campaign. I hope that her and Austin and everybody else has the opportunity to, influence those people from a libertarian perspective. And if Angela gets a job in the administration, awesome. She's probably not going to be the only one. She's just going to be the loudest about it. I know several LP members who have either been candidates or held leadership roles in the LP who have interviewed with the Trump administration or people within the Trump administration for jobs in the Trump administration. And guess what? For all the Angela's haters out there, guess who recommended all these people? Angela.
Yeah.
Guess who? Some of these people are not Mises Caucus. These are people who got kicked out of the Mises Caucus, who were never allowed in the Mises Caucus, who were told by the MC, you're not welcome. These people got recommended by Angela to do jobs in the Trump administration because they're not bitch fuck cucks, they're not haters, and, if they wanted to give criticism, they gave it privately and constructively.
Right. Yeah, I don't know if she's going to get a job with Trump or whatever, but, like you said, the meeting has been ended by the host. What are you talking about?
They said, fuck you, Tim.
Let me back in.
Let me back that dumb truck in, boy.
Yeah, I don't know if they opened the wrong one or what. There ain't no way they canceled it, right?
Oh, bro, they probably were like, oh, we think the thing got leaked. Let me send out another one.
Is this the right one?
Like, we're talking about the Mises Caucus. They were never big on, like, operational security or,
What?
protecting their internals. Like,
No.
I'm not going to name any names, but a certain former regional organizer for the Mises Caucus may or may not still have access to their entire Google folder like it's nothing. I don't know who that would be, but
Yeah.
that regional organizer has been a really nice person for almost 2-3 years, not completely shit fucking them along the way just out of spite or for the lulls of it all.
I think I got denied because I went back to the same link and it has the same message. It says
Meeting ended by host.
yeah, but that's not what it says now. Now it says host has joined. So like I think that like the meeting end by host is like a nice way of saying you got kicked out. I don't know, we'll see.
Mitch Connor. Like, that's fine. I mean, this goes to show, like, these are people who are not, like, looking for their best and brightest right now to help bail them out.
Yeah.
God
I don't know.
bless.
We'll see what happens. But I saw some stuff going around. Justin Amash's name came up.
No.
Nick Sarwark's name came up.
No.
Yeah, I don't think either of them get through. Spike's name came up. I think
No.
that's a terrible idea for Spike. I would discourage him
Terrible
from
for
doing that.
Like, yeah. Like, Justin Amash, stay in the GOP, go run back for your congressional seat, go win and go legislate like a libertarian again. Spike Cohen, stay with You Are the Power, keep doing good things, keep fucking cyberbullying your local governments, everybody's local governments. You're way more effective there. Like, Michael Heist for chair? Nah, Michael Heist doesn't ever have a contingency plan. I can't fuck with the highest leader in my organization who can't, like, figure out what to do when his plan gets punched in the fucking mouth.
Yeah. Who do you want?
Josh Halofka, chair. Y'all should have known better. I see. If y'all wouldn't have voted for Rutherford's bitch co-ass, I would have ended up as vice chair. I would have ascended over Angela when she resigned. I would have been running the party, and everybody could have gotten what they wanted. Both sides. I would have been a man of the people. A man for everybody. A leader for the libertarian masses. But y'all chose fucking Beaker from fucking the Muppets, the goddamn fucking head of the turtle fucking club.
That guy was funny to look at, though. Yeah, but he quit faster than Josh Smith did. So
I know, that was what I'm saying. Like, you're gonna sit here, like, you quit quicker than Josh Smith did, and everybody was like, I was their asshole for running against Hannah? Fuck you.
They wouldn't let you in because you recommended Star Child.
Goddamn right. I'm gonna recommend Star Child for fucking president.
Star Child for chair. Let's just, let's have a real representative.
I mean, if you must really be a collapsitarian, huh?
Yeah, not really. I just have no faith in it, man. There's just like we were kind of touching on there for a minute. There's not good leaders who are willing to do anything, and the people we end up with are just there to hold a seat. And
you
that's
ready for Hoagie Bear, LNC chair?
There was another name that I saw that kept coming up as far as who is going to win.
It's going to be McGee. Jonathan McGee's going to be the new LNC chair, as wild as that sounds.
Jonathan
Watkins
McGee, is that the name?
What?
What'd you say his name was?
Jonathan McGee. He was our regional rep.
He's going to be the chair. What's wrong with this guy? I don't know.
It's just like, I don't know, like being in the positions I've been in the LP over the years and then seeing him like ascend to the level of chair. Like, I like Jonathan. He's a nice guy, but like, if you would have told me in Reno that Jonathan McGee, young Colonel Sanders, was going to be LNC chair at some point, I probably would have laughed at you. Like, no way Colonel Sanders is going to be LNC chair. And in
find him. Yeah.
about a week and a half, he's going to be LNC chair. and then they're probably going to move Andrew Watkins into vice chair. That would be my expectation because Watkins was the vice chair after Smith fucking quit.
Oh, this guy's in Alabama?
Yeah, he's an Alabama guy.
All right, I'm trying.
Tim, you should tell Matt to make me the regional alt.
Are you even qualified though?
Just like the regional reps in Florida, you don't have to live in the region that you represent.
No. That's not what I mean. I'm talking about your registration.
I'm a member of the LP. I
Oh,
was a basic sustaining member.
I
That's
thought
all
you
it
switched.
requires. I don't
Yeah.
have to be registered to be an LP in my own fucking state. I just have to pay my $25 like my name is Bobby Kennedy.
Yeah.
I'm going to be your libertarian in cabinet if y'all keep fucking around.
If you could, you would. I don't recognize this guy's name, and that could be good or bad. I mean, it could just mean nothing because I try to stay away from all this bullshit lately. But
I like McGee. I thought
yeah,
that was the thing when I was a regional organizer. Like working with the Alabama guys were really fucking cool. Like I got nothing but love. Like I'm really sad that like some of the Alabama and Georgia guys got kind of gay because they decided to like I'm gonna grab my dick and wave it around for Angela so like she'll notice me instead of like being a man. But you know,
yeah.
what can you do? Pussy corrupts.
So you think Jonathan McGee's going to be the guy? That may have been the name I saw earlier.
Yeah. I'm adamantly sure McGee. Like the way they're setting this all up is Angela never put in like a hard date to resign.
Right.
So even if they were like effective immediately and they vote on that, the McGee vice chair vote is going to end first, which means McGee's going to ascend before Angela's resignation is accepted. They're going to push McGee up just like Molman was supposed to, and we all learned from Reno.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're going to put Watkins in. And then they're going to have to backfill Watkins. They're going to have to backfill all of these positions are going to get backfilled. The only thing that's not getting backfilled is Ben Weir's position because Ben Weir backed out and decided to stay on the LNC.
Yeah, that is the name I saw. I just found the message. Yeah. They're basically, like you said, they're going to put him as vice chair and then move him up to chair.
Yeah. You know.
Why not just put him in his chair?
Because they can't. This is kind of like, so this is what I'm saying here. Like,
I hate this shit.
Everybody's like, oh, we need to investigate Angela, but they're doing things that Angela would have wanted them to do. Like, how serious are we? Like, I don't see any consequences coming out of this, which means that it's okay to steal from the party and people are going to do it again.
Oh, yeah. If I can't get in, Josh definitely can't get in.
Oh, yeah. If they're not going to let Tim Crosby in, they're going to see Josh Halaf. Like, Jeff Douglas probably still hates my soul.
I'll refresh. I'll put my full name in there. See if that gets me in.
Yo, if not, DM me the link. I'll try and get in. That'll be just shits and giggles.
Yeah.
I'll do it on my phone. Y'all can watch me shit talk them. I'll put them on speaker.
Let me reopen the link. Try it again. But yeah.
You were soft
apparently,
and I am hard. I am the shepherd and you are the tyranny of evil men. I am here to save y'all.
I'm going to do this. Let me in.
There you go.
Yeah, no, apparently Angela has entered the room. So now I'm really trying to get in.
Like I've said to people, I think like at the end of the day, we're going to find out Angela probably did some pretty unethical shit, but nothing illegal. And that's going to make people even more mad. They're like, yeah, it was unethical, but it wasn't illegal. There's going to be no consequences and she's going to walk off scot-free.
Yeah. What is the illegal thing that she's supposedly done? Taking the money from the pet? Because that's not illegal.
So what people are saying is that she was embezzling money to her baby daddy.
Mm-hmm.
And they're saying that, like, basically her and Austin did everything that they could to hide the fact that, like, what at Freedom Callers LLC was incorporated by Austin. But I'm going to let everybody in on a big fucking legal secret that a lot of fucking people are too simple and, like, average IQ to understand. Is that just because you're the incorporator for an LLC or a business or an organization does not mean you're the profiteer.
Yeah, no, for
And
sure.
I think that's what's going to come out is that Austin organized and like created all these LLCs and then paid somebody to run them for him and take all the money. And he just got a cut of the profit for, organizing it.
Yeah, I like the biggest thing that I saw with Angela, and I think I said this already, but it's the big $600,000 payment from the RFK campaign. And what I said from the beginning on that, I'm not upset that she got the money or whatever. I think it was stupid to not let people know what was happening and that it was coming. Like getting out in front of it, like the cover up's almost worse than the crime. It's not. I don't really think it's a crime, but
I don't think it's a cover up, and I don't think it's anybody's business what her personal financials are.
I don't know. But when you're leading a party or when you're leading an organization that has an interest in running its own candidate or has political objectives, and you're actively working with an opposing candidate with opposing priorities and taking money from them, and you don't bring that up front, like
was it opposing though? What party was he running for?
Well, he was running independent, and then he resigned.
What was the key word there? He was running. That means in past tense. Tim, explain that.
And then he joined the Trump campaign, which is actively against.
He wasn't running when it got to election day, and people just voted on him.
This technical bullshit is crap, dude. No. Yes, it is.
Rule the world, Tim.
No, they don't.
Welcome to the real nature of politics.
Bylaws can't swallow bullets, okay? This is bullshit.
Well, you know what?
What?
Too bad. Bullets were swallowed.
Yeah, it's bullshit, though. I understand, like, in a court of law, nothing's going to be done about it. I understand that. But the image of it is bullshit.
The image of it is bullshit, and the image is going to make it even worse when there's no consequences and she walks off scot-free. I was talking about this last night while we were all hanging out in the lounge. Like, for those who are, obviously everybody's members here, so they're in the Discord, hopefully, but, like, this is what I'm saying. If they went and did all this and there's no consequences, what was the point? What did you accomplish? It came to light. What was done in the dark was brought to the light. And you showed that when you do things in the dark and you bring them to the light, that there's no consequences, which means just do them in the light next time. Who gives a fuck? They're not going to do anything. They're not going to make you beg for forgiveness, so why would you ask for permission?
No, I don't think that Angela's upset about this at all. I think.
Oh, no, I don't at all either. That's why I love it. I don't think she gives a fuck. Like, I think she knew what she was doing here and was super smart and played everything perfect. And that's where I'm saying a lot of people are going to get big butt hurt because their great win was, we exposed what Angela was doing. And Angela's going to go, okay, and I made a bunch of money. I don't give a fuck. Why do I care about your opinion?
Money. It's like no matter what she does for the next 2 years, I think she's out in Grand Rapids. Like, even if she doesn't resign, even if she wins the lawsuits, even if all that shit, like, it doesn't matter. The Ross win isn't enough to carry her over the line. And a lot of people are, Barfo's having a fucking conniption. I don't know what's wrong with your chat, dude. Ronan's donated $5 and said he's Angela's baby daddy, so have some party funds and take a drink.
Hey, Angela's other baby daddy. We all Angela's baby daddy right now. Take a drink.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it was an error. I thought it was an error. I thought so.
Barfo's cat walking across the keyboard.
Yeah. No, I mean, but I think she's probably looking at this as like a good thing. I mean, speaking as somebody who was involved and then got uninvolved and hasn't been for a while, it's a relief. And I know that she's probably has her fucking head wrapped around a stick right now, just dealing with all this bullshit. And this probably comes as a relief. Like, not only the payment thing, whatever that is going to be used for, fine. She's got like a nice nest egg to start something new with. Good. I wish her the best. But when this happened and when she finally hit send on that email, I bet a huge wave of relief just washed over her. I don't have to deal with this shit for the next year and a half. I don't have to go to I don't have to go to Grand Rapids and take all their bullshit and then get replaced and have all the, like, just get it over with now. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
They relate. Like, that's you know what? And I think that really is like another conversation that should probably be had a lot more hardcore in the party is like, This is the other half of the problem I've been bitching about for 3-4 years is we treat these positions like it's a fucking jail sentence.
Well,
Like
I
you've
think
been condemned.
I don't think we treat them that way. I think they are. I think the people in the positions are treated like prisoners. I don't think people look at it like there are people that look at it that way. Like I've always used the quote Greg Peel told me. I asked him to run for something, and he said, "No, I've already served my time." And like that perception, that's not his fault. That's that's like everyone else makes it that way. Is when you do this, you're sacrificing. And that I think, and people bring that on you. Like with Angela's post, did you see earlier? She said something about you go say what you want to say, but I'll find this real quick. It'll illustrate my point.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
while you're searching for this post, like I'm gonna strongly disagree. Like
Okay.
individuals need to take some accountability. When everybody's going around after somebody wins chair or at large or something, they're like, oh, condolences. Oh, condolences. Like,
Yeah.
these are positions of privilege in the party. These are positions of prestige.
No.
You should be like, there should be active competition. You should want
Should be.
these prestigious titles within our party.
Should.
Instead, people look at them as fucking jokes and as prison sentences, and that's why nobody of any fucking value wants to do it. Because everybody sees it as a big waste of time and a big sunk cost in their lives, and that's why you get the Joe Hanoush's and the Nathan Maddens in the Eli's of the fucking world, for those of you in AZ, who are running the fucking party because all of the decent people who have some kind of social skills are like, I don't want to deal with this. I don't
That's
want
what
to
I'm
deal
saying.
with stupidity.
That's what I'm saying. You're saying like it should be a position of prestige. It should be something that there's competition for, but there's not. And what you get are retards that sign up for these positions just so they can bitch about bylaws and how technically and actually things aren't that way and whatever. And
Oh, yeah.
there's no actual leadership. There's no actual movement to get things done. There's not actual people. It's everyone when you sign up for a position, what you're signing up for is everyone to look for you and ask why things aren't getting done. And you can be standing there and saying, I'm here trying to get stuff done. I need help. And they say, well, we elected you, so do it. And you say, I can't do it by myself. I need your help. And they say, it's your fault. It's not getting done.
Like
This
it's
is what
actually
happens.
Well, it was kind of funny because El Barfo had said to me during like one of the poker games one time that we have in the Swamp Discord was that like if you're expecting libertarians to do anything, you're already expecting too much out of them. And when you're trying to run a national political movement and your core like colleagues, you can't expect anything out of them, that's a detriment to the organization. And that's why we get losertarians running the party and caring more about bylaw procedures than doing shit. Nobody in the party wants to be led. Nobody wants to be a follower. Everybody thinks that they're these fucking Davy Crockett pioneer leaders that are going to fucking blaze a trail in the frontier. Fuck you.
It's worse than that, and I'll explain. So here, I'll start with this to kind of set the stage. But, you know, Justin Amash said he was open to being the chair or whatever, open to the conversation and have to be convinced. Can Justin Amash withstand the libertarian autism? Get ready for
I like that too.
And 5-hour debates about Robert's Rules of Order. And this is what I'm saying. It's worse than that. It's worse than there's people around you who are incapable or whatever. There are people who join just so they can critique and criticize everything you do and make sure it's not done by the letter of the law.
The Libertarian Party transacts in a currency of critiques and criticisms and then wonders why everybody walks away poor and fucking broke.
I don't disagree with you on that. I'm just saying that it's not. What did you say earlier? It's not that the position shouldn't be valued. It's not valued, and it is a punishment to take a position like this. That's why we were saying that we don't want Spike to do it. Spike is better at what he's doing now. He's more effective at what he's doing now. He doesn't need to be bogged down by being the leader of the third largest party. Like, how is that being the leader of the third largest party should be a place where you can affect some kind of change and make some kind of deals and do something for a lot of people. Instead, it's a punishment where you have to sit there and deal with fucking bullshit 24/7.
You're not allowed to make change. You have to accept the stat quo. Fuck you for trying to make things better.
Yeah, I guess so. I volunteered Josh Halavka for tribute.
You know, it's actually kind of fucked up because the reason I ran for vice chair is because so many LP members came to me asking me to run against Angela for chair, and I just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not going to win. I'm not going to be able to compete. Like, I like Angela. I don't think that I could realistically mount a good opposition against her because I have to not like you to, like, really compete against you.
Yeah.
That's why I made it easy. Rutherford was a bitch fuck cuck, and Hannah fucking Montana was a fat fucking loser. With her fucking bitch cuck fucking boyfriend for when her terminally ill husband dies and she's gonna start fucking James Willie.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. I hope
Wait, is
somebody
that the
clips
guy?
and sends it to her. Yeah,
Is that the redheaded guy?
That was the
Yeah.
that was the fucking like
Yeah.
Disney World pedo fucking kid. Dude came up to me trying to negotiate my fucking surrender for VC with no fucking offers on the table. Like, you should just clear the path for Hannah. You could just clear the path to suck my dick, you fucking queer bait.
I'm trying to open it up. Image in new tab. Here we go.
Image in new tab.
Josh is
Everybody, I want to
talking
introduce
about
you
this.
to the biggest bitch fuck cuck in the LP. Look at this. These are your leaders. These are your spiritual and philosophical leaders. These are the people in the party who are pushing it forward. This is what I talk about when I don't want libertarian concentration because I don't want fucking weirdos living around my family. These people are a threat to my security, my safety, and my liberty.
This is a good representation, but the two on the left and right are not. Those are Portland people. This is, whatever. But no, it is true. And yeah.
Like, I don't want dudes who don't have kids and don't have wives and are balding in their 20s to be running the party. This is not the representation I want modern America, like the average voting American, to see when they think Libertarian Party. I don't want James Willie with his fucking 12 head. I don't want Hannah fucking Goodman's fat fucking stupid fucking cowgirl ass out there. I want good, fucking decent people who can talk articulately, look good in a fucking suit, and don't leave their terminally ill husband who's fucking dying in Colorado with their 3 fucking kids like a fucking loser so they can go run for a fucking lame-ass volunteer fucking political party position. That just shows me how fucking far the LP has fallen when these are your spiritual leaders. These are your philosophical guides. These are the people that you want you to lead you to the promised land. People like Hannah Goodman, like James Willie. Really? Colorado? What the fuck has Colorado done since South Park? Fuck them.
Well, they put Jace on the ballot whether you like it or not.
Too. Suck my dick, you fucking loser.
Listen, this is the secret swamp. We don't clip here. We don't even record
I hope
here.
somebody does. I'm just saying, I hope somebody does. I wish a nigga would like a kitchen cabinet, and you better clip that too and send it to him.
Them boring-ass rules is partially how Mac was able to get Arizona State Chair. Brandon was trying to argue against him. I don't know the situation in Arizona. I don't know, since you've moved there, if you've paid any attention to it or before then you had any
I know
inkling.
all of what they're talking about. Like, so basically what happened with Mac is what they were going to do with me if I like registered in time. Basically, like the dude who won chair like over Mac didn't want to be chair. Mac didn't qualify for chair, so basically they elected Mac as vice chair 1, which means you're the next in line for chair. The person who was qualified resigned almost immediately, and Mac ascended to chair. They were talking about doing the same thing with me out here. It's like, hey, you run for VC1, we'll get you elected, we'll have Mac back out like within a day or two, and we'll ascend you to chair, and you can run AZLP instead. Nobody out here wants to run the party because nobody wants to deal with the stupid.
This is the problem. And I think the reason it doesn't have value is partially because it doesn't have power. Like, no one cares what they say, so no one's going to want the job. And then even the tiniest bit of power that it does have is coupled with all the bullshit.
Please tell me more, Tim. Elaborate. I'm confused.
Oh, you get it. Here, look. This was a surprising post.
Get this not milquetoast titty having ass out of my fucking fuck.
Why?
Martha,
She
dude.
agrees with you. Dear
Look,
libertarians, if you want people to take you seriously, you're going to have to change your culture. You can be whatever you want to be, but it's embarrassing to go to events and see people wearing flip-flops and board shorts, let alone tutus, to business meeting. Dress for the part. If you want to be seen as not serious, that's fine, but don't complain when no one takes you seriously.
I watched Martha sweat when she saw me for the first time in a suit in 2021 at the convention. I remember I came out and I saw her in the hallway, and she looked me up and down and was like, "Damn, you clean up well." And I was like, I'm not one of these loser libertarians. I'm sorry, and just kept moving.
Yeah. No, I mean, I've always worn. I don't know if I'm going to do it this time because we're just there to have fun. I'm not a delegate, but I'll probably wear a nice dress shirt.
I'm showing up in a tuxedo thong. That's it.
Jesus.
And sunglasses. It's June in fucking Florida. I'll be fine. I'm gonna sit there in my tuxedo. I'm like, look, I'm formal.
Yeah. I'm trying to find the old-fashioned post. Where was that, on Facebook?
Oh, that was on Twitter, I think.
It's not. I don't see it.
Oh, man. The old-fashioned post was a classic.
Yeah, so those that don't know, Martha was running for some office. I don't even remember now. But she put up a post, and it was a picture. It was a picture of her by a hot tub, right? And it said, "Come hang out with me by the hot tub. I'm giving out old-fashions."
It was in her suite in Reno.
Oh, yes.
And she was talking about, come up to my suite for old fashions. And everybody was like, "Hey, old fashioned, yeah."
It was like, the deal was like you had to write her a check and then you'd get an old fashioned. It was great. And this coming from the only candidate that I know of that created an OnlyFans to raise money. So
I'm still waiting for my girl's fucking royalties for giving her that idea.
Yeah, but what pisses me off is then she goes and says, like, "I've been over-sexualized in this party." You did it to yourself, lady. Like, what do you want me to do?
Did you look at yourself in that swimsuit before you made that video?
That's right.
It's not my fault you have pokies, and it's not my fault I got a pokey now. You did this to me and
oh, yeah,
yourself.
That's right. There was like everybody was saying there was
like,
a dick there.
With the Barbie swimsuit.
Yeah, that was
like
funny.
that was how we found out them titties weren't milquetoast. I don't give a fuck
That's
about
right.
this culture. You know what? My culture overcomes your culture, Martha.
Yeah. All right, so I have it confirmed to me that this is the real link. I haven't been paying this time.
Text Jeff Douglas. Tell him to stop being a bitch fuck cup.
Well, tell that motherfucker to let me in.
Let me the fuck in. Rob's probably like, "Don't do it. Don't do it."
I know,
He's
right?
streaming it on the swamp right now. Don't do Rob. Rob is fucking everybody. I want y'all to tag Rob in the Discord and let him know you're a fuck. No. Chiefs are not up 21-16 at halftime. I don't want to hear that. Bills, Eagles, Super Bowl. Fuck you, Mari.
Is that true, though?
I don't know. I mean, but Eagles are going to the Super Bowl, baby. Birds, let me in. We're going to the Super Bowl.
We're trying, guys. We're trying.
Tell them, like, offer to bring me in.
They don't want
I love
that,
Angela.
Yeah.
I'll fight for her. I'll tell them all they ain't shit to their faces.
The only reason I know you're not going to get in is because they said after we ran the Mises space, I don't know who it was that was running their account.
Jeff Douglas.
It probably was. He reached out afterwards. He's like, "How'd it go?" And I was like, "Oh, so you didn't listen?" He's like,
"It was Jeff." Because I remember what's his face told us about it. Like, Jeff reached out and was like, "Oh, how'd it go?" Halafka wasn't a problem?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Yes. Oh, he's asking if it says my name. I said, yes, it does. Now let me in.
I am not the problem here, Jeffrey. You're the problem.
I like
your boy Mike not being able to make a fucking decent backup plan is the real problem, but let's not talk about that after I told him that shit at Reno. He got punched in the fucking mouth and the plan had to change on the fucking fly.
Yeah, no, I like Jeff generally. I don't think Jeff likes me. But
I
it's-
don't think Jeff
Oh,
likes anybody
hey!
in the.
Shh. Yeah, I gotta make sure it's not on.
I'm pulling a full Albert Einstein right now. Connecting.
We'll see.
Are they gonna?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Rob says
Bro,
you called
the
him.
suspense is killing me right now.
Rob says
This meeting is being recorded.
Or a fundraising
There we go.
mechanism.
Can you hear?
So the Project Decentralized Revolution team, that's got about 40 people on it. They are calling libertarians who have run in the past. They are calling elected libertarians and getting them into a comms room and making sure they have nullification legislation. Aaron Lamb, mayor of Keensburg, Colorado, is leading that team. Obviously, the Defend the Guard team is kicking ass. Amy Lepore and everybody over there, Gretchen, but there's too many people to name. There's about 30 people on that team. Are absolutely killing it, and that's producing good news for the party to send out. And right now, I'm in the middle of stating up our Sound Money team, which is designed to kind of do an effort similar to Defend the Guard, only in support of bills that generally deregulate gold, silver, and Bitcoin at the state level. So whether that's detaxing them or legalizing them as money at the state level, things like that. Working with the Sound Money Defense League to do that. I'm in touch with those folks.
Check it out.
And then the other one is the psychedelics team. And basically this is an effort aimed at decriminalizing psychedelics, mostly at the city level, trying to recreate the strategy of what happened in Colorado, targeting some states, that have headway on that issue. Getting their major cities, their major culture centers to decriminalize and open up future legalization, decriminalization efforts that go statewide, because that issue does not yet appear mature enough to be reliable to decriminalize at the full state level. And so that gives us, and the Fed and the wars and the drug war, and something to reach out to libertarians, the right and the left with. So getting that stood up was a key part of it.
To say hail high.
And also what I've been working on is a lot of data research.
A man of your
There's
word,
many
Murray.
things that I've done in this,
it.
but the one that's the most relevant and most directly applicable is I have been one by one doing research into everybody that has maxed out, Ron Paul, Rand Paul, Thomas Massey, Vivek Ramaswamy, maxed out the party, maxed out PACs that supported Gary Johnson or Ron Paul.
Going after the big money.
Ran these people through a wealth screener to get intimate information about their giving history, to then look for patterns one at a time, one person at a time, take notes on each of them, and look for patterns that would make them a target for the party, or some pattern that we can craft a marketing campaign around. And then select targets and subdivide these targets into categories. And what I mean by categories is, take Vivek, for example. People who maxed out Vivek tend to have been giving to Democrats in the past, believe it or not. I would rank it at about 40% of people who maxed out Vivek just kind of one-to-one go over to Trump. A lot of them have given to Democrats before that. That's a pattern that you can use to craft a marketing campaign to those specific targets. Or the people who maxed out, let's say, Massey or Rand Paul, they tend to have also given max donations to 3, 4, 5, or even more Freedom Caucus members. So if somebody maxed out Massey, it's very, very likely that they also maxed out, say, Mike Lee or Chip Roy or Mo Brooks or Lauren Boebert.
They don't have video
or something like that. And a lot of these folks are people.
this
that
Andrew guy, he's an Alabama
materials that are Libertarian Party branded, have our stuff on it, but also appeal to them, to people they've already supported. We can craft language, and now, so the idea was to get all of the initiatives stood up so that we have these active campaigns that we can go in hand and ask them the question of what they value.
I still like everybody.
You value
just the organization.
You value elections, and we have this electoral strategy in Project Decentralized Revolution. Oh, you value issues, it's this. Oh, you value ballot access, it's this. And have all of this stuff active against the backdrop of what Angela has done with national strategy and getting Ross out and having Trump at our convention. This gives a lot of credibility to people who are not normally LP voters or LP donors. So that is what I've been working on. And a lot of this stuff is already underway. I still have a pile of research, a pile of data with which to research, but we're getting pretty close. So if I were to become chair, what my intention would be.
Wait,
would be
Heist
to
is making a
renounce my
pitch for him to be
Yes,
chair?
I told you
as
that.
a
I told you
staffer
he
currently,
was fucking
aggregate
campaigning to
that
everybody
money
on
with
the
the
LNC.
contract for the call center that was just
Like, I
canceled.
had somebody on the
hire
LNC
somebody
tell
to
me he's
actually
pitched it to
oversee
almost
our
everybody.
initiatives. Somebody to oversee the defend the guard efforts, our psychedelic efforts, our sound money efforts, so that there is a very, very active and
I want to
managed
see
effort
Michael
in the
Heist
realm
run
of these issue
convention.
coalitions
Honestly, this would be great.
and PDR, which would
I
then
want to
free
see
me
Michael
up as the
Heist
chair
have
to
to chair a
continue and
convention.
Watch Rob
focus
smile.
on this data research
He's gonna smile.
and creating the marketing materials, creating the marketing campaigns, going out and networking, and stepping into this network
He's like, I'm
Angela
on. I was
described
like, I see
earlier,
you, big
that she
sexy.
has blazed the
Kiss, kiss.
trail for, with RFK, with Tulsi Gabbard, with Kash Patel, and all of these kinds of people. And then additionally,
A lot of dudes
as
in
we
there.
come
A
up
lot
to it,
of
I would
dudes.
work with
Yeah,
Angela
yeah.
A lot of
directly
dudes.
to craft a
It's a lot of
strategy
dudes.
to
It's a
kind
big
of
shark. It's
recreate
fast.
what
It's
she
the
I
biggest
did
took
shark.
off
with all of the
everybody that
leverage
didn't have a
strategy
camera, so there's probably a lot more dudes in there.
in the midterms.
It's
How
actually
can
a
we
decent,
utilize the party in
female
the
to male
midterms
ratio for an
secure
LP,
wins
like,
for liberty and
Yeah, like
reading?
4-to-1.
And
Yeah.
Angela blazed
What
that
is that,
trail.
Amy
That was her
Lepore
vision.
and
That had nothing to
fucking
do with me.
Angela?
I was
There's
always the
two
PDR
right
No, that's
guy. So I would
Melissa
want
Wong.
to
Melissa
work with her on what's a good
Michigan.
strategy that we could replicate
Michigan?
for that
Oh,
vision in the
I'm sorry.
midterms.
We'll see her in Grand
So
Rapids.
that's essentially why I want to be chair, because I think as the founder of the caucus, I have a lot of that credibility. I have a lot of
I don't think Mice has the
contacts
credibility
already.
to win.
I
I'm
do
sorry.
have a very good
I couldn't
working relationship and friendship with Angela.
I hope he
that she would
gets
feel
it, but I don't
comfortable
think
I
he'll
hope he
get
does
it.
too. I
transfer
want.
these
I would
relationships over.
actually,
We
if
can
Michael
work together
Heist is
on
made
navigating this
LNC chair,
as he's in a
I
three-letter
will
agency, other
volunteer to
libertarians
do
are in a
another run
three-letter
as
agency,
Credentials Committee chair.
and just kind of
Just
continue
because I
on
want to
this trend.
stand on that stage with him
And
and
I
watch
don't
him
know
suffer
that
through a
this
credentials report
focus,
for 6
this,
hours.
let's say, visionary
You
leadership
know how
is
like
there
they
for
always
anybody
ask
else. I mean, I
like,
don't want to talk
Mr.
smack on
Chair,
anybody
do you
else.
think
And
taxation is bad? You know how they always
I
do that.
intend
All
to
these
work
different
with
things.
anybody who
They're gonna
who,
go,
is going
Mr.
for chair
Heist,
if I were to
are you
become
a white
chair.
supremacist?
But this would be
It's
my
gonna be shit
intention,
like
and I
that.
don't
Chair,
know
should
that I
communists
am
should
aware of
communists
any other
get free
plan from any other
helicopter
person
rides?
that is as detailed, as
Stuff like
nuanced,
that.
and as
That's
acted
what it's
out
gonna
as
be.
what I
It's gonna
just
be all of
described.
the worst
You know,
Hoppian and
it's a lot of,
fucking
oh,
like
well,
autistic
Angela was right.
antacids.
There absolutely are people talking about, oh, if we put a chair up and
9
that
out of
person
11
moves
by
up
the
from,
screens
say,
are
at
dudes.
large
9,
to
11.
11,
one
Gwen.
region chair, that we should backfill those positions
Bush
with
did
non-Mises
the
people,
MC.
and we should be beyond factions. And start to bring in this old money, or try to get back some of this old money. And I think that's very foolhardy, because
Fuck
that
you,
money is gone.
old
I don't think that
money.
money will come back unless we,
Yeah.
the Mises Caucus, are completely routed. I think they are absolutely dedicated to our ruination. And that is the only way
It's
that they
gonna
will
happen.
come
I
back.
think you did it
So
yourselves.
that demands of us to find
I know
new
what he
networks,
meant. I
find
don't
new
care
I
if
people,
know what
you
he
find
find
new
meant
it
too,
or
but
not.
like,
relationships, and
is
bring back.
ruination a word? I
I
gotta
think we have
know.
more
Like,
credibility,
Ruination?
and we
Yeah.
have more
ruination?
cause
Oh,
to do that than
ruination.
we've ever
Is that what
had
he said?
before. And I
Yeah,
think
that's
I'm the
what that
person
nigga
who's
said.
best
I heard
situated
him.
to
He
do
said
that.
ruination.
It's not
I
telling
will
me it's
say
not a
that there
word.
is definitely people who are up there who are
Yeah.
saying that I'm involved
Rumination.
in, or was
But you
involved in
said
some scheme with
ruination.
Angela around this
Yep,
Freedom Call
ruination, the
Center.
word.
And I'm here to
Destructive
say,
achieved by
full
causing
stop,
something to be
I
wrecked or
did
ruined.
nothing to do with anything in Freedom Calls. I mean, I knew that there was a call center, and that it was
Word
making
of the
calls,
day
and I
is
knew that
ruination.
Austin was a go-between them and us, but that's it. I had no involvement in anything like that, and they are free to investigate anything or investigate me, and they're not going to find anything, regardless of any accusations. So, I mean, that's my overall pitch.
To join what?
You know, I want to do with the party what I've already done with the caucus, and stay focused on that vision.
Awesome, Mike. And I want to come in because I was the other guy that Angela mentioned for this, and I put all of my weight and productivity behind you because
Who's
I've
that?
seen it. You're the reason we're all on
Josiah
this damn
Baker
call to
from
begin
Tennessee.
with. And I think a
Chair.
lot of people have forgotten
Banging,
the reason
Sam
we got
McHugh.
into
He doesn't
this,
have a
and
name, that's
libertarians
why I
tend
asked.
to
Yeah, he's the one who's banging bootleg
revert
sex.
back to niceness as chief virtue versus productivity. We're not the party of niceness, we're the party of productivity and spreading liberty. And
We went from the party of
this is
principle
an
to the party of
attempt because
productivity.
libertarians tend to be allergic to confrontation and whatnot.
Not
I'm
me.
not here for it.
Not me.
We
None
thrive
on
in
this call is
conflict.
Here for it. We
I
are productive
thrive
people.
in
We're only getting
conflict.
started,
I
and we're
want
not
to
going
fight you.
pre-board having an actual seat at the real life
I wanna
table. To me,
prove
Mike
that
is the
you
only
were
person
soft,
for this mission.
And I will show
and
you
that
the
is, he has
tyranny of
built
evil
something.
men if you let
It's the
me.
difference between people people that build and people that tear down.
Right, so they're trying to
We are not a
rally the
snake
troops
eating
right
its
now to
tail.
get behind Heist.
Hey,
So I fully
Josiah,
endorse Mike
in
on
order
this.
to
I highly
create, you
encourage
first
you the
must
things we
destroy,
need to do.
fucker.
we will
I
do.
will burn this shit down, and I will
I will
build it
cede the
upon
floor
your
to
ashes
Mr.
if I
Harris.
have to. Welcome to the
Yeah, I
Halakha
think
Caliphate.
that's.
This is the guy that runs the podcast,
I hadn't
right?
talked to Mike in a while.
Decentralized Revolution.
Talked to him on the phone
Yeah.
yesterday, and the fire is there with Mike. There's two people in the world.
Oh,
who
the
can call
fire.
me
Would you
without
like to
texting me
talk
first,
about
and
the
I'll pick
fire?
up,
The one
and it's
behind
Scott
us?
Horton
That
and Michael
fire?
Heiss. And so spent lots of
The
time
heat
on
is
the phone
hot.
with Mike, and it's definitely it's Mike. He's in this, and anybody else at this
Him.
point would not be a great
Michael Heiss.
not be a
LNC
great thing.
chair.
And I think we know, just even looking back, like all the people that
Stew on that for a minute.
beforehand,
What?
Sarwoke and the other guy,
Ronan,
and even
I
before
feel
that,
you
like,
right
nobody,
now.
none of those people had
True
a
Liberty looking
plan.
kind of thirsty.
And I think that's what
Is
we
that what you're
need
telling me to pay
real
attention?
thirsty.
Remind
True Liberty
ourselves,
looking
remind everybody
parched.
else that we actually have a plan. It's PDR. The LNC voted to make that the strategy of the party. And if we want
Just
to
remember, boys and
enact
girls,
that and
God
stay
sorts out the
with
blood
a
of tyrants
plan,
and
and you know,
patriots.
what, maybe 5 years from now,
Not
maybe
the
it
tree of
doesn't
liberty.
work. I think it's going to. It's already started to. But if it doesn't, at least we've had a blueprint and we've tried something.
Homie said, "Get right with God."
Nobody
It
else
started.
has anything other than, oh, let's just go back to consensus and finding a retread Republican to run every 4 years and hope we get
Sorry, I'm over here
5%,
plotting.
which we never will. I think. So
Things are happening.
So yeah,
Things are
I'm glad to
happening.
have Mike.
Yeah, apparently,
going for this. Mike, do you have? I know
so
you've
the
been
caucus
talking to
is getting
people
behind
and
Heiss,
letting people know what.
but there's a
you're,
coalition of people
up to
that are behind McGee.
Who is there anyone
And
here
McGee
that you
tried to
want
join
hear
the call,
from,
and they're not
or,
letting him.
I know Chatter
And
wants
so-
to talk, but other than that, I
and
would
so-
Look at
be down
the
to take
fucking
questions more than
face-eating
anything.
zombie shit. I love it.
And
That's-
so
I was flatly to the point of what
so
I'm trying to do.
I'm working on trying to get him on our show.
We've even made like marketing
Do
materials for some of
it,
these
I'm
categories
in.
or patterns
Plotting.
that I was
Welcome to
talking
the
about in
member
the
show,
data.
secrets only. What's up?
And
Right?
essentially,
Come
I
on
think,
down.
It's not a cult.
That data
Okay.
work
We're-
and turning
we are
that
not
data
a
work
cult.
into
We're the
a
swamp.
marketing campaign
This is
based
our
off of our
swamp
initiatives, based off
as
the
well,
headwinds that Angela
and
did.
we will do
is
what
the
we
only
want in
way
our swamp.
forward for the
And
financial
if you don't
aspect
like
of the
that,
party,
you
and it's
can
not a
come to
silver
our
bullet.
swamp, and we
Like,
can remind you that
fundraising,
this
because
is
some people
my
might say,
swamp.
well, Mike, you said that you wanted to spend the money
Donkey.
on somebody to head up the initiatives, and the party is in these dire financial straits, and so like, why wouldn't you put that money together for a fundraiser? Like, that's a reasonable question to ask. My answer to that
What are the
question
expo-
is because
No, they're
I
not
don't
going
think
to.
a fundraiser can
And
come
that's
in
the
here
thing
and
is,
solve
like,
this problem.
they're
I
not
think if you
gonna
were to
they're not
hire a
gonna go
fundraiser
against
to
the
do that,
caucus. They'll talk
but
about it
They're trying
privately.
to find
like
out what their
using
marching
internal
orders
party
are right
donor
now. I
history and
remember
stuff like
being
that. There
being
might be
like
some
that
people
once
who can go
upon a
out and
time.
get,
What are we
but
doing, guys? What's
I
the
don't
plan?
think that
How
is
are we
going to
gonna
work. I
fuck
think we
over
have
the
to get
Prague?
new people
Hell
and new
yeah.
networks. And
They're
so I
trying to
think
rally
that
the troops
fundraiser
right
would be
now.
set
I
up
mean,
for
they tried to
failure.
do the same thing with
And
Josh.
we've
There
got
wasn't a
something
lot of
new to
opposition
sell.
when
We
Josh
don't have
Smith
the
was
same.
running.
We've got PDR.
Like there was plenty
We've
of
got the
opposition,
bump
but they
from
didn't talk
Ross
about it in a meeting
And the
like
truth
this.
of the
They
matter
waited
is,
until
people
after,
are
and then they
afraid.
expressed it in the
They're
history. The
afraid,
same thing's
and
going to
I
happen here.
understand it
Anyone?
because there is a
Okay.
real financial problem. And so there's all this pressure and there's all this, we need money now, we need money now, we need money now. But the reality of the situation is that
We don't need
fundraising
money.
is networking and relationship building. And you can't fundraise faster than the speed of relationship building, not when you're going out and getting new people. And so, you know, you might have 2 calls with somebody before you even broach the ask. And you might ask somebody who's capable of giving a $41,000 donation of only giving 10,000 so that you can come back in 4-6 months and try to get the other 31. You know what I mean? Like it's this kind of stuff. And I'm so passionate about the issue stuff that if I have somebody that I trust that you know, is focused on it, then I know that's being handled. I could basically just sit in on the meetings for the initiatives, kind of keep up with that stuff while the bulk of my focus is on the fundraising stuff. And essentially, as far as my communication style, what I would be very, very straightforward and very, very direct. Like I had one person ask me, for example, oh, well, Mike, how would you handle communicating with the board and delegating tasks to the board and
He's just not going to get it.
Delegating access to the board and things like this. And my answer to that was, well, it's very simple. We basically take the initiatives, we take all of the initiatives that we're doing, and we take all the necessary functions of the party, and then you put them on a piece of paper and you ask the board to rank order all of them. And then once you get that rank ordering back, you start to assign tasks to them, you know, in line with their passions to the best of your ability. and get people doing what they actually want to do. But then if they're going to actually commit to doing something, there has to be accountability. And so if they don't do it, I will publicly say, you committed to this and you're not doing it. I'm doing this, this, and this. What's your problem?
Nobody cares.
So, yeah.
Fuck you. You're not paying me, Mike. I'm a volunteer.
In a second, since
No,
you
he's talking
invited
about
me to, Mike.
pressuring donors.
We're also getting questions in the chat about like specifically game planning, like what we need to do as far as who we need to let know what we want. So
I nominated
Mike, I'll let you
Chase,
get
and I
into
would
that.
vote for Heiss's chair.
Also, at some point,
I'm also a collapsitarian accelerationist.
She gave me 45 minutes.
I just want everybody to keep that in mind. Unlike Angela, I believe in collapsitarianism because I believe collapsing the republic will get us to liberty quicker than fucking saving the West or reviving the republic.
So if I disappear,
I'm a real cat.
Josiah, you have the admin, but Mike is.
We're gonna get him on. We're gonna get John McGee on at some point.
Good. I hope we do. I want to hear what he's got to say.
Yeah. How many Halavkas are in the party right now?
Dose Halavkas. And one of them don't want shit to do with
thank you. Sorry, I've been trying
for
to.
sure. She's just a vote.
Prepared on the side here.
And you know what? That's more than most people.
I'm probably going to talk pretty slowly through this, as I've got to be really careful to make sure to only talk about things that are not covered under confidentiality related to the investigation. However, there's a great deal of stuff about the race for chair, considerations for chair.
McGee versus Heiss in mutual combat.
That I want to talk about.
Oh, McGee's way better, in way better shape.
For some
That's
background,
a Southern boy right there.
I'm the chair of Michigan.
I don't know. I don't know
are
him, so I
aware
can't
of all
say.
The controversy that's happened here.
I'm just saying, we invite McGee on the show. He'll probably make it and have a couple drinks with us. We invited Heiss on the show. He decided to roll fucking face and trip balls in a fucking tent in a field and fucking
Heiss has been invited on the show at least 3 times.
And
we'll invite him again. He's running for chair for real. We'll invite him again.
Yeah, invite him. I would send him the invite now. Like, hey, I heard word on the street is you want to run for chair. Want to come on Swamp Creatures and pitch it? Don't be a pussy, faggot.
You know, I've been
I want them both
involved a lot with the disciplinary action with Karen
Chase,
Ann.
You want to run for chair? Come on, bitch.
But like throughout that process, I think I did a lot to really
bring them all on.
Strong objectivity in this stuff, and
I should just ask Meredith.
In that investigation, if anyone's not aware,
also,
like, I was extremely close with Karen Ann. She's worked
fuck around and throw my name
in
there. Let me just
more than a year, almost 2 years, I think, on dealing with all the Michigan legal stuff. And in that investigation, you know, I looked at it. I probably annoyed the piss out of a lot of the LNC members on pushing for some of the issues to make sure to try to like accommodate her getting a fair hearing in that. But ultimately,
everybody would absolutely be petrified of whatever the fuck Adrian
extremely
Maladon's
critical. Karen Ann called for her to be removed, and all that. And I think I've made a really good track record of not being petty, not letting.
Y'all know how I felt about Adrian going into the convention.
Involved.
Yeah.
Oh man, I got a hard-on fag shit for Adrian now. That man is that is a Mexican version of me.
Investigation.
I fucking love it.
Accusations against
no
Angela.
Care, no feelings of bad.
Basically got pulled into
basically a fucking full-on sociopath, and he does it all for his own fucking personal amusement in the lungs. I love it.
There were promptly
that is a old school troll after my heart and my soul. I'd marry Adrian Maladon if he were gay.
I felt like the whole thing was pretty rushed.
He seems pretty gay.
We covered our obligations as a board very quickly, and
I love Adrian. No
then
homo.
further, discussions.
A lot of people, he got a bad rap. People just don't like him because he's one of them dudes that you love him when he's playing on your team, but when he's not, you fucking can't stand him.
I started seeing some concerns through that process about how it was being managed. I was very vocal in the discussions with everybody, very forwardly, like not.
I'm a text
maneuvering around or anything.
Let's see what he does.
Started again to kind of annoy the piss out of everybody, as things were moving very fast, and I was trying to slow them down, and generally speaking against the majority on that in a lot of cases. But I think we've seen a pattern where we're very reactive, and we
Rob's milkshakes are bringing all the boys to the yard.
Screw ourselves over in a lot of ways, and. This was very clearly an example. A lot of it happened again. I was trying to generally slow that down. So as this week progressed, and continuing the discussions, and particularly as we got to considerations of who would be the next chair after Angela eventually did
Let me
submit
suck
her
your
resignation.
Wait, what? Let me suck your dick?
So
Who
as
said
that kind of
that?
process started,
That was me texting
there
Rob.
was a lot of alignment with McGee.
I'm waiting for him to respond. He's locked in right now. Look at him. He's in the zone.
Since I've been getting involved in the board.
Pissed off that
I have
McGee's
no
not in the
personal
meeting.
issues with McGee.
I can see.
But,
I can see down here.
I supported the
yeah.
decision at the point when.
If you pay attention to the message, Rob's been active in there.
So, however, though, as that progressed, it became clear that there were more options that ICE wanted to go for the chair seat. The stuff about Amash, and I certainly know no one here would be a fan, but Sarwak, all are entering the discussion and all that stuff. And as that progressed, I started to see some patterns that I found really troubling.
In your lives
And so that I don't really bury the lead, as everyone probably saw in the state organizers chat, I mentioned that I think that there is absolutely a coup going on that is being attempted, and to capitalize against the accusations against Angela and to use this to kind of bulldoze a desired course. And I will say is I believe that coup is being orchestrated by the Region 4 members on the board, which is Malagon and
Malagon, he called him out.
Wow, they better fear for their fucking souls.
As we got into those discussions.
Hold on. Drama getting hot.
I'm trying to be very careful about any specifics.
It's okay, dude.
It's not violating.
It's a secret swamp. It's fine,
but,
dude. It's fine. You're recording the meeting, by the way, so it's okay.
There was a very concerted effort to make sure that arguments for anyone besides McGee would not be fairly heard or discussed in the meetings.
Bullshit, I'll fucking kick the door in and make you hear me.
As we've gone through this and had the discussions of responding to the allegations against Angela, Adrian has very much spearheaded a much wider net, bringing in many more of the LNC members.
We got to get Adrian
into the discussions and calling for this message of just a factionless LNC. Like we got to solve this stuff. We can't handle this controversy. We all got to get on the same page. Sounds great.
Angela disagrees.
But I think a lot of us know, and I've certainly
Angela
learned, especially
knows
through
what
my
will
experience
happen.
in dealing with Michigan, is
She's
that
scared of Adrian too, and
Angela
she should
touched on
be.
this, I think, very strongly in her statement, so I won't bother to repeat it, is that you can't just have everybody come to the table. You can't have all these disparate factions.
Adrian's got way more leverage than I could ever hope for.
Pursue the goals, because we've seen how people handle this situation. And this has not necessarily happened, though I would say this is one of the things that very much led me to end up not supporting Karen Ann, is this pattern of how people happen. This has happened repeatedly in Michigan, that when people want to have these arguments and they don't get their way, it's either get their way or flip the table.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of the people that would be pulled into it, there's some good people on the LNC that, don't do that, that in many cases are just good faith on the other sides of the arguments.
Jesus flipped the table.
To Angela's point, if we want to be a productive
money changers,
political organization, we need to be acting with a singular vision.
Oh man!
Like we can't be just sitting there squabbling over the nuances of things. If we had to argue about whether
I might have to
Angela
become an
would have been able
apostle.
to go and make the negotiations that she did with the Trump campaign, and we'd have sit at a table with every member of the LNC and discuss that.
It's Region 4.
Those activities
it's
would be blown
Region
up before
8,
they even got off
it's
the ground.
Region. So I've
Can't do
actually
that.
heard rumors Region
And
2
we have
is
all
trying to
fought for
kick McGee
years
out
to
of the
make sure
LNC.
that we won through the proper processes to have this say and this authority to basically pursue our agenda that's been envisioned by Heist from the very beginning of this back in 2018. That we follow this vision, we win the right way through the party, we pursue it, and we do that unapologetically, boldly, and everything.
Dranky stutter.
We cannot take a step back for this. And much of the calls for this factionless LNC approach has been along the lines that others have mentioned of we need to ease the controversy. We can't be seen as doubling down on our goals. We have to take the L here and accept that we're going to have a setback in our progress.
I need Sean right now.
We cannot do that. We will die. If we give back the position, it will be exactly as Angela laid out. I have experienced it in Michigan. I won a convention in 2021 And I would have told you at that time I had 17 of 19 members of our board who were Mises or heavily Mises friendly. Those two guys spent the next year dividing, bickering up, and just breaking up relationships to the point
I sent
in
a show invite
2022
to Sean
when
Kennedy
half of our board
for the
quit,
American Liberty
being upset
Caucus.
over Reno.
See if he'll join us.
That at that time, before they're quitting, it was
It'd
an
be a good
exactly
perspective.
split board.
Yeah.
So I went from 17 out of 19 to like 10 to 9 or something like that in less than a year, just because of two people and my failure to
They've got
lead
football
in the
updates
manner
in the comments.
that I was a vice chair at the time, to lead in the manner that Angela has laid out. And I believe that Michael Heiss would continue.
I want to see who's pushing
And that
this
led to my
action list
removal
idea.
illegitimately, standing by to let that go through election season and then being reinstated and trying to build the party. And all of these people who couldn't even tolerate that, couldn't even handle a convention to just call for a vote over whether I continued. They flipped the table and threw into every bit of the controversy that everyone may or may not be familiar with that's happened in Michigan. We cannot take the path of offering a mea culpa and backing off of our goals. We should try to work with everybody who's reasonable and is going to proceed with the vision. Anyway, this has been laid out, I think, effectively by Angela. So I'll get back to kind of some of the things that I've seen on the LNC that have, caused me to go outside of the discussions and bring this to here today. So, in and around all of this stuff, from the start of this investigation, I felt like there's been a pattern of behavior that has been intended to just suppress the opposition discussion. It started off with, I think, a great deal of
this got to be
intentional
fucking
capitalization
tiring
on
to deal
people's
with by
negligence of potential
There's some in
legal
Region 1
liabilities
too. It's not a
to
coup. It's a recommendation
push
based
the
on
immediate
evidence.
action to
That's what,
not
yeah,
be
but
able to
any
talk this
any
through.
opposition is viewed as a coup.
There has been, particularly where it's really
Especially
become
if that
clear, as I
opposition
said,
is
is in the
coordinated.
discussions around the chair, and particularly with Heiss, as it's been mentioned. There's been accusations
McGee
that he was
is interested
involved
in
with
coming
this
on the
stuff
show.
with Angela.
Good.
Those
him in
first
now.
came up, I think,
We're
around
looking at
Friday
having
morning.
I
when
offered the
around the time
unofficial
that basically
appearance
first
today, but he
mentions
wants
of
an
the
official
possibility of
appearance,
Heiss
and so it's
being
probably
chair.
going to be the fourth.
And after some people
Deal.
had made some outreach and looked into some things, I
gonna-
started getting messages like, Heiss is involved. We've got to fire him
Drop in the
immediately.
LPF Discord. If
Blah, blah,
you
blah. And I was like, wait a
fucking
second.
remove McGee,
What's been
I
heard?
will make
What's
all
been
of your
said?
lives fucking miserable.
And I got no responses.
Just right
I
in
made
the
some inquiries
executive committee
myself,
chat, even
didn't
though I'm not
find
supposed to
anything.
be there. Like, haha, I'm still an
And we got
admin,
to
fuckers.
a large meeting that night.
Didn't always used to be
And
that way, Barfo.
The topic came
I don't
up,
know.
and all of a sudden the topic shifted.
I don't know if it's that way
is
right
Mike
now, but
pulling his
it
weight
wasn't
as a
always that way.
contractor? Do we want to keep
No.
paying him
I
what
was
we're paying
probably
him?
one
Is
of-
his work
Tim will
justified?
tell you, I was probably one of the biggest
And my
dissidents
question was
within the
immediately
Mises
like, hey guys,
caucus
what's up
until I
here?
left constantly.
We started off this morning like he's involved and he's
People
got to be
did
fired.
not like me because I was
And
just
now
like,
it's
this
just,
is dumb,
is
constantly.
he pulling his weight? This isn't the same thing. Like, did something change? Was there new information?
Who's this?
And the
I
same
believe-
people
I believe that's
among them
Sean.
that were making those claims,
I know he said he's
promptly
not
said,
really in
"Oh,
front
those
of
might
his
have been a
equipment right now."
misunderstanding or something like that.
Oh.
We haven't really seen anything clear."
That's fine. I just
and I was
wanted
like,
to give him
okay,
a front
I'm
row seat
glad
if
to
he
hear
wants
that.
it.
That's great.
I respect it.
However, then, this morning there was a renewed push again for Heiss to be considered as chair. This immediately then was followed with the same accusations. When it comes out that he was involved, if we make him chair, we're going to be fucked. This is over. We can't do it. There'll be so much egg on our face. I'm like, wait a second, guys. Hang on. We just had this. Like, is there something new? No response. And then, let me see. And at that point, I didn't even start pushing because even though if I would have known Heiss was on the table from the get-go, he would have had my support. I didn't at the time when McGee got put forward, as I said, and I was in support of McGee for that. And I took very long delay to see if I was going to change my position and reconsider that. So at that time, I basically just started asking questions about some of the statements made by individuals about, what were our guiding priorities in this matter? What were the things that needed to dictate our actions going forward? Because there were statements made throughout the week that, based on the reasons for that renewed push, would have said absolutely then Heiss is the choice that we should make.
Like John McGee.
But as soon as that came up,
if he's
that
alive,
it
why
was
not?
Heiss should be the choice again.
Elect AI
It
John
was immediately
McAfee. I
dismissed.
would.
And those reasons
you
that
go.
were stated by some of these individuals earlier in the week were no longer a factor. And then I simply just asked that. And at that point, it became very clear a couple of people just started spiraling. Adrian and Meredith both immediately made threats that if he's made chair, they're immediately going to resign. That.
And if Heiss is made
to
chair?
some degree, that was basically all they would say. Then there was further some points raised by others. And as I said in my state organizer group post, there are several people that have good faith concerns and objections to Heiss being the chair.
Yeah.
And many of those people raised those points, and there was an attempt to discuss them. But as that discussion was attempted to happen, I was met with nothing but attacks, nothing but saying I was flipping on where I'd been.
Sounds like they're explaining why they're
and
purging
basically,
people.
you know, suppressing that discussion. There was straw manning, there was goalpost shifting, you name it. And
you're messaging who?
At that point, the gloves were off, and I was just like,
Sheridan
okay,
don't
well,
sound
if
natural.
this
It
is
sounds
where
like
it's
he's
going to
reading
be,
off a
then
script.
I'm calling out these concerns. And at
Definitely
that
got
time,
notes. Yeah.
as we had all agreed and made, you know, an open agreement that things would be kept within the LNC, I told everybody these grievances, and I laid out, it's 4 o'clock today. This meeting here in Michigan is 8 o'clock. This stuff is troubling to me. I'm not okay with how this is being handled. I'm concerned that the justifications for a lot of the actions that we're being told must happen now are results of things that I tried to argue against with substantiation that wasn't addressed earlier in the week. And now when things that I cautioned against earlier in the week weren't followed, that are now causing us trouble, and that's being part of
You
the
see this?
reason why we can't consider Heiss.
McGee's or Mara's going to be.
I'm not okay with that, and
Who's
this is
more
not an
smashable?
open
Heiss or
consideration of
McGee?
what's
He
best for
chooses
the
the
party as to
chair.
who should be our next chair. And it
Mara
became
would
very
be the
clear,
best.
and frankly, in that time, particularly Adrian and Meredith made nothing but personal attacks at me.
All right, we got to
going
get
forward,
Adrian
or to
on.
say
I
that
want to
this
know
has
his
already been
side.
settled, we're not going back to it.
Adrian and Meredith,
And so
or just
I told
Adrian?
all of them openly.
I don't care
that,
about
guys,
Meredith. I don't
I'm
know
not
who
okay
it is.
with this.
Yeah.
Deal.
If this is how
Let me
I'm
see
going
what
to
I
be
can
treated,
do.
I will be bringing this to the state
I don't
organizers
know.
call
Maybe she's chill.
tonight.
I know I get along with
and
Adrian.
I will be bringing this to our Region
I
1
like
chairs
Meredith.
call tonight.
Okay.
They immediately started
I'm fine with
screeching
that. I
at me,
don't
is this a threat? This is a betrayal. You committed to confidentiality. I committed to confidentiality on Angela's investigation topics. I don't think I've said anything that has compromised that tonight. But the difference between a disciplinary action and a consideration of who should be our next chair and vice chair after a resignation, that's something that stakeholders in this party, which particularly includes region chairs, as I am a regional alternate, needs to be considered. And I'm not okay with trying to keep that shit secret as I see these things being plowed through and using circular logic to justify these actions. I'm not okay with that. And I'm not going to stand by while it happens. So that is why I came here tonight, to lay out this stuff, to lay out my concerns. And I believe strongly that this is a coup attempt. I think it is motivated by those individuals' vendettas against the Mises Caucus, which I think many people are aware of. I would probably encourage, and I leave it to the caucus board if they want to talk about it, to maybe talk about the situation with Adrian and the California Mises Caucus and the attempts
Are you
to
friends with
remedy that
Adrian?
have gone unresponded.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think
That's a
that's
no.
everything I had to say.
I got a message from
and
Adrian. It's through
certainly
Meredith
welcome any
today.
questions. I won't be able to answer anything
Today?
about the investigations, and I'll do my best to answer
Literally,
anything about
Meredith,
the other points.
like, we were, because we're in a group chat, and Meredith was like, "Hey, Adrian wanted me to ask you when you figured out."
All right, if you have any questions, please keep them extremely brief. I know that's hard for
same shit
libertarians.
he
Raise
did-
your hand, and we'll come to them one by one for
So,
Andrew.
just for a little context,
Yeah, we're gonna see if there's pushback. But no, only reason I was asking if you can get him on, get him on. But
I'm
if
going
I
to
can make
get him
one
on.
last
Don't worry.
point.
Okay.
So basically, the remedy that I'm trying to pursue at this point, I'm not trying to shoehorn Heiss immediately into it.
Yes, you
I've
are.
made clear to the LNC members that basically what I'm seeking to happen
Rob's got his hand
is
raised.
that I think we should vote down the motion to appoint McGee as vice chair. It's nothing personal with McGee, and I'd emphasize that directly to him. But
2 hands up.
essentially, if anyone is not aware, if the
Ohio.
motion for him to be made vice chair is completed, that will result in an automatic elevation to chair. I don't know which will happen first, but whichever of Angela's resignation motion or McGee's election to VC.
You have
he's
to
the
do the VC first,
and
and
that
then
seat
she
becomes
resigns.
vacant, he's automatically the chair. So I am seeking to have that motion voted down by board members so it can be considered at our upcoming meeting on February 2nd, and we can choose a chair at that meeting. And by my calculations, I think it would potentially result in approximately a 3-day delay before our next chair would be appointed. And in that time, I believe there is no issues or objections that have been raised about, Angela continuing to support the activities. I think her resignation motion will be very close to that before it's finalized anyway. That she mentioned, will still technically remain chair until that completes. So that's been one of the kind of core concerns about a fast and smooth transition. And I don't think there's anything been substantiated that would lay out anything about critical issues in that regard. So thanks for that last point.
Thank you. Andrew, I'm going to go to the first question. David Kinney, Ohio.
Oh, I skipped Rob. Okay.
Hey guys, how's it going? So I wanted to ask how exactly would be the best way to respond after the allegations against Angela were made, and
I don't fucking care.
Ohio isn't
yeah
strong with the Mises Caucus. So when people come to me, they're going to be asking why would they support Michael Heiss as chair after these accusations have been made. So what would be the best kind of response for those
bro? You
people
need
that
your
aren't
talking
Mises
points.
Caucus
Come
and
on,
don't
be
see
a
the
real
vision,
dude.
but are kind of on the fence?
This nigga can't
They're
talk.
accusations.
Can't think for himself.
That's all they are right now.
What I'm hearing is reasonable accusations after
But we did already cover that, like, because of legal issues, like I can't get into it and defend myself. And I mean, like I have to lawyer up.
Exactly, Barfo. How about giving your own judgment?
Done to me.
Assess the situation and give your real opinion.
week.
Be a real
Maybe I
fucking
can,
person.
speak,
Well,
Angela.
well, hang on. I think I got to jump in there too.
Yeah.
So one, what I would say is there are accusations against Angela, not me. I can
fuck
tell you
you,
that
Mike.
I had
You
a
guys are tied at the
conversation.
hip.
Dustin
You
is the
can't-
chair of Ohio at this point, right?
Correct.
Okay, I had a conversation with Dustin Nana yesterday, and he offered me a raise to take on more responsibility for my work. Well, I shouldn't say offered, but he said, is that something you would consider? When I told him the extent of the work, everything I laid out to you guys tonight, I have an understanding with Dustin that his region is
Yeah, he needs
such
to be
that
told
I would
what to
not get
say.
his vote, and I was
Exactly.
upfront with that, and I understand the politics of that. But when he understood the merits of my work, he offered me more responsibility and more and to get more of my
Truth,
time.
man. Just
So
be
I would
chill.
say
Like,
what I've
it's
always
okay.
said: keep it vision focused. Well, Mike's been telling all this
It must
work
be new.
with this
I feel like the guy with the rope around his neck. You knew here first time.
Fundraising funnel.
Oh,
He's stood up
first time. Welcome to the LP,
key
pussies.
initiatives
It gets
upon
worse from
which
here.
these
Buy a
fundraising
fucking
funds will
helmet.
be utilized to. So, like, just for example, I mean, this is something that's simple, but hasn't
I'm
been done
sending
before.
everyone
When
Jaffa for Christmas next year.
Join as a member or you renew your membership, there are these fields at the bottom of the form that say, tell us about the issues that your biggest issues. Now that we have these different issue initiatives, we have the ability to say, pull the data on everybody that answered that with drug war and start to fundraise that list based on the psychedelic decriminalization
Who's
team.
talking right now, Baby
And if we have
Daddy?
somebody
That's,
who is
Michael Heiss.
managing it,
Yeah.
overseeing it, and is a direct conduit to the LNC, to the people who write the emails to staff, we will
still
have
need
like
Michael
something
Heiss to
to
do
keep
his
reporting
show.
on that, on Defend the Guard, on
Reach out. We need to reach
DDR,
out
on
again.
the Sound Money team.
Oh, we'll get him on.
So I would just
we're gonna
say,
get him on. He don't got a choice.
why, like,
I will
what,
show up at that
what does that
fucker's
have to
house
do with
and
Mike
shoot
and the
him if he
merits of
wants
what
to fucking
he's
on.
pitching?
I'm gonna shoot back though, so he better fucking watch.
Right. I understand. Focusing on what your vision rather than anything else. I understand.
Yeah,
Thank you.
100%. Thank you. Great answer. Great question. These are two different people. So I will go to the next question. Mr. Vinson has his hand raised.
Yeah, I'm on the LNC with Mr. Chatterton. I stuck my neck out there. I'm in Florida, in the Panhandle. I've been dealing with the snowstorm, and I'm also an attorney at day job, so we have a lot of deadlines coming up this week. So I was kind of out of the loop, and all this started happening pretty fast. and so having to react was quick. So I voted yes originally for McGee as vice chair because if you guys don't know, Jonathan McGee was a Mises Caucus guy or is a Mises Caucus guy. You know, as far as I'm concerned, and then you know, Michael Heiss called me and you know, let me know that he wanted the chair position. So I rescinded my yes vote and abstained. And so
Rob's a loyal friend.
I'm just wanting to say, and I think Andrew, you know, maybe you can talk to me here because we have to work with these people like every day and you know, go to meetings and whatnot. There are some people who are making good faith arguments, and we need to have open discussion with them. Jonathan McGee tried to join this meeting. He was removed. I don't know if you can undo that. He tried to join again. I think we need to have an open discussion and get on the same page, not with haters.
Holy shit.
Our Mises Caucus
Take a
members
big drink, Josh.
who were on our slate.
I'll read
like
this in a
McGee would not be the end of the world as chair. I agree. Heiss, 100% better. Like you know what you're doing. We're all here because of you. But we're turning
Chug for Rob.
We're
Oh,
turning
shit. I gotta
our,
finish my drink now. Hold on.
our people into enemies right now if we don't let them in these kind of calls. And I'm going to bat for you guys.
Yep.
Like I stuck my neck out there.
Yeah, that's
for
true.
Heiss.
You don't let
Rob is
people.
a real swamp
Me and
creature.
Chatterton are taking
Let's go.
it for it.
Yep.
My nigga Rob,
That's what
I
we're
love
doing.
you.
We need to have.
I
open
love you
discussion.
so
We can't
much.
just shoo these people away.
I'm gonna suck
I
your
think
dick from the
Handman
back.
Was also not allowed in this meeting. That's ridiculous. He's
Yep.
been with us the whole time, supporting us.
Who?
Rob's calling him out.
Adam.
Let's go, bro.
Heyman,
Fuck yeah.
Heyman.
Fuck yeah, Rob. Fuck yeah. Be a real nigga.
Yeah, I will say.
Dassing as well. He should be in here as well.
Hell yeah.
Stick up for the homies.
Yeah, I'm not in control of the
Stick
meeting.
up for
I
the
can't
real
comment on what's
niggas.
going on there. I will say I'm not aware of anything from McGee that would have me say that he's not Mises. At this point, there's almost like a two-part process here. It doesn't just jump to, oh, support me for chair.
Yes,
it's more like we have to stop the process because when the vote started for McGee, Angela had not resigned yet. And the second Angela resigned, the vote for McGee for vice chair effectively became a vote for McGee to be chair.
I'm sorry.
And so I think
I apologize
everybody
for my
should be able
sins.
to agree that
I
there should at
don't
least be
fucking care,
a real
Michael.
conversation about the direction that the party goes for the chair. That's the number one thing. And it's nothing like that's why everyone's emphasizing it's nothing personal against McGee because it's
Yo,
not.
I should just
I will
drop
say I
on
have not
Twitter
yet
that I'm
spoken with
gonna,
McGee.
like,
I
I'm
did
willing to
text
accept
him
the nomination for
and
chair
ask
to
him if
help
he had
the
time for a call. I had not
LNC
heard
move
back
through, just
yet.
to be a dickhead.
I know that he was going to have a conversation with the executive director of the party, and I was waiting for that to happen, and now it has. And I was going to reach out to him again tomorrow to see what has happened, or to see where his head's at, how we can move here.
You're not allowing people that
but
disagree
yeah, I mean,
in the
I'm
meeting.
not
That's
opposed
what
to
Rob's
him
point is.
being here, obviously.
Yo,
I don't know
I've
if we can.
never
I don't think we can undo
been
it. But,
more proud
Hold on.
of Rob in my entire existence.
I'm talking.
Be fair, I don't know that anybody had an intention of having a chair debate on this call tonight.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I'm just
Nigga,
saying.
see, you weren't prepared, so
we're
you ain't
all
gonna
on the
talk.
LNC.
Tell him, Rob.
It should I don't know why he was removed.
My nigga,
Hi,
Rob.
can I speak? This is Kat. I'm obviously not in charge of who's on the call or not. I've been driving and listening. I appreciate everything that's been going on. I'll just say that, I did talk to both you, Rob, and Andrew, and one other LNC member this week. But for the most part, we have been locked out of decisions when all we were asking for was time and patience. As rumors flew fast in speed of light. So there is a communication breakdown that is not one directional. I do think it would be great to have some of them on the call. And I I'm imagining that that's why they're not on, because we don't really know where we stand and how we stand with several LNC members, because we were blocked out. And I specifically asked Jonathan to speak up about the VC vote. We didn't know the vote was going to happen. We found out, on Liberty Century's Twitter or something stupid like that. So we need that communication both ways. I think that needs to happen. I'm not sure the state organizers call is where that should start. I don't really know, but there's a lot of context for how this went down this week. I've been extremely frustrated with how this has gone down.
I think a lot of people are. I think that's why you're seeing all this now.
Can I add to some of that as well?
Yeah, well, hang on. I'm just saying I don't know if we have any kind of numbers if we're not talking to these people on the board. So, as far as votes.
Are we not talking with people on the board, or are we just trying to have a state organizer meeting as opposed to
I would separate those things, just because I can tell you from my experience, I really jumped into this with both feet starting yesterday. So I talked to you, Rob, and talked to as many people as I could. I texted, I called everybody pretty much. I did not call McGee, but I did.
Andrew got his hand
text
up.
him a couple times in the past week to
I got love for
see if he
fellow
would
truck drivers. I'm
want
sorry,
to
I
call,
can't help myself.
and didn't get a response back. So I'm
This is
doing what I
interesting.
can to
This
talk
is
to
why you're a
everybody,
member. So you get
including
back
region
and
chairs and
shit
stuff like
this.
that. So
Yeah, and
I can tell you it's nothing on my end.
Yeah, and, no, you've
Trying to
been
hold back
reaching out to
excitement.
people. You've been doing a great job, and Angela, I know you have to kind of lay low on a lot of this right now. And it's not a state organizer thing, but if they are on the LNC and they are state organizers, which I think McGee is, you should be on.
He's a state organizer, and they're not letting him in.
Just my own.
I did. I'm sorry. This is the first Zoom call I've ever led in my life. I'm a tech boomer. I did send him a direct message, and you'll see it in the state organizer chat telling him to try to get back in. I've not got any response from him.
Okay, Rob, let's go.
Let's go, Rob.
Mr. Rains.
Good job, man. All right, let's see what the Bayman.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, as
I'm
far
so
as
proud of Rob
all the
tonight.
LNC stuff and stuff right now,
Rob's a loyal guy.
with
I love Rob.
you
At the
guys,
end of the day, at the end of the
Heist,
day, he
board
sticks
members
up
and
for his
all that,
people.
you probably need to do that
This is why I love Rob.
somewhere. Not here.
A geographical location somewhere in the cab of your truck. Got it. No, absolutely. Yeah. I appreciate that. All right. Do we have any more questions?
I will say one thing. I will say in defense here, if I may, even though I had nothing to do with whatever may have happened. I don't fault anybody for feeling on their heels in light of what Andrew had to say here tonight. There is definitely feelings of being backstabbed, of being betrayed, of not knowing who to trust, and trying to sort through all of that. This is all happening very, very fast. I can tell you that the conversations that to my knowledge, amongst the board are very different just today from what they were yesterday. So it's like a rapidly evolving thing. And, I would think about the context of what Chatterton was talking about, and maybe give some grace as to people not knowing who to trust as a result of that.
I can definitely speak in support of that, because I mean, this really started breaking for us, as was mentioned earlier. It was around the time of Ross's pardon coming. And so it was that was supposed to be a huge moment of, recruitment and rejuvenation and celebration. And let's get all our energy and be revitalized and directed towards productive ends. And then even after that, there was a whole bunch of really good executive actions that have come out, good stuff out of the confirmations. But instead, we got completely blindsided by this all breaking loose. And then when we're trying to find out more and we're trying to figure out what is going on, we've been We've been locked out. They haven't been talking to us, and as has been said, like it feels like the rug's been pulled out from under us, and we don't know how to handle it. So
handle it like men. Stop being a bitch. Think
essentially,
for yourself. Don't wait
we're
for
doing our
marching
best to
orders.
deal with it as best we can. We're only human. We make mistakes as well, but like I said, this has been very, very stressful and painful for us as the MC board.
I'll also add is that, as I mentioned, when I was having these concerns, I raised directly to all of them that, hey, here is my list of grievances. If you think I'm wrong on this, call me. Here's my number. It's 4 hours till this meeting. I will reconsider if you have justification for why this stuff isn't valid. And my prompt response to that, and I'll make one direct quote from Meredith, was, "You will cry, bitch," or something very close to that. And specifically followed with, "You better watch what you say. Keep our names out your fucking mouth. I have spies in that meeting."
Let's go.
I'm sure there are. And
we're not
please
spies.
report back
Okay,
to them
well, at least we're not. We're not spies.
We're not
We're,
spies.
this is entertainment. Okay, but I do think that was hilarious.
And that's another
That was
reason
pretty
that
fucking funny.
I have to have such a
Fuck you,
firm policy
bitch.
about not talking about legal stuff. We're not going to say this person did that. This person, I did that because this person said this.
Yeah, we're not 7th grade schoolgirls here. We're
Well-
adults getting real shit done.
Well,
so
Angela
keep the drama in the closet.
Oh,
This
I'm
is here.
sorry.
Yeah, I agree completely.
She cringed when he
I
said
would
that.
totally.
Not a lot, but a few of us are, so that's why.
So I'm going to the next question. Jennifer has her hand raised. Go ahead.
Go, Jen.
Yeah, thanks. So I just had a couple of questions.
She's a
So
7th
one,
grade
the
schoolgirl.
timing of the news that dropped by Jake Porter just seemed really off, for that it was like the same day as we had, as I put it and Angela said, like the biggest win we've had in Libertarian Party in history. Like, do we think that was coordinated with anybody on the LNC, or just like the timing of it just feels really off?
I don't think there's any coincidence when you involve this many autists in one room. That's just my theory.
I will simply point out that, as far as I'm aware, he is employed by somebody who has NSA in their public handle.
Thought I was
Oh,
struggling
wow.
in the loop. Thanks.
Tragic.
All right.
I just had one more
Yeah, go ahead.
thing, and this is more like a comment just about like the not knowing who to trust. This has all been just very, very strange. Like, just like seeing people like Ben and Brandy, who is like the, one of the hosts on the Mises Caucus podcast, and just
One of the hosts?
the way they're talking
Oh,
about
hosts.
Angela and Heiss, and not, supporting Heiss for chair. Like, and now Ben is back after he
Chiefs up
resigned, and it
29,
sounded like he
22.
resigned over Angela. So it's all just really strange. Like, I'm trying to understand like what could have flipped them so much.
They got their marching orders.
Well, I wish I could
Go
tell
ahead.
you what I know flipped them, but that'll potentially get someone else in major legal trouble, and then that person will come after me. How convenient.
As for myself, I truly don't know, because I had nothing to do with it. So,
Someone else say.
My
damn it,
opinion-
people know.
I'm speculating, but my opinion is that a
No
fear
balls.
campaign was kicked up around this, and the fans were flamed. And again, think about what Andrew was saying. They're openly saying to each other, "Oh, we're going to find this about Heist, blah, blah, blah." And I'm telling you, it's completely unsubstantiated. There's absolutely nothing. I'm willing to throw my hat in the ring, and they will investigate, and they're going to find nothing. I promise you that. Guarantee it. And so what I would say specifically about Ben is, I think I've known Ben for years, and he has my phone number and has not called. He has not asked any questions. So
Ben
I don't know.
Ben who? Oh, really?
I really don't.
So what I hear is it's a definite maybe we don't know where things come from, because you know how games of telephone work, but you have to pick up the telephone to even play.
What is Ben
I am
saying?
going, thank you for those questions. I'm going to go to Austin Martin there for his next, I think,
Thanks.
next in line.
I'll try to like
Bro.
be brief.
I'm gonna go get into the
Guys,
beer real quick.
we're on the high level of this. This is a major breakthrough. I am just as frustrated as everybody else at the we all want information, and the way that they're playing, they're very bright. They probably do have some agents in the chat right now that their sole purpose is to disrupt and to report back what's going on. These guys, what we're dealing with is a really dedicated and apparently funded, well strategizing opposition.
I wish I was funded.
What we need to do as an organization is be able to trust the
I am
people
kind of funded
that we elected to lead us.
That's not.
They're doing the right thing. They're
saying.
looking into it. They're taking care of things, but the mission matters more than virtue signaling. The mission matters a lot more than what's going on with this. This is designed to take our attention away from what we need to do. We just got momentum, guys. If we keep hitting it, they won't be able to stop us. Like, it doesn't matter if the spies hear what I'm saying right now. If we go out there and effectively target the decision makers for fights that matter and get results, if we go out there and throw our weight around, we're going to have more success than ever. We're going to be able to recruit. They want us to waste that opportunity worrying about this stuff, and it's drama. And at the end of the day, it doesn't even represent what our caucus stands for. It's accusations. And Angela, I love you. I'm not saying this is actually the case, but if the worst were true, okay, which jury's totally out on this, guys. Like, really, we're up against the government. Let's be real. Even if the worst were true, it's not us. That's not what we stand for. That's not what we're voting for. That just plays into the image that they want to paint on us. So the best way to defy that is to show them something better. And I'm sorry to just talk about this like this. It's not a true question, but I hear the frustration and I understand, and I get it. But guys, we gotta just get to work. That needs to be our best response. I personally, I'll say this. The haters clearly hate Heiss. They are afraid of us implementing this vision. They are afraid of our momentum and direction. They thought that they scored a big win here.
And then I'm gonna smack
and I think that's probably the best way to deny them that is to make sure that we use the power that we secured at convention to the maximum ability, and don't compromise with the people who are bringing these allegations, even if they were meritorious. We don't need them to necessarily, we don't need their permission for this vision. We have it and we need to execute it. That's our jobs. Sorry, I yield.
Thank you, sir. I am in that 1000%.
Let me just give one comment. Let me just make one comment. Kind of like Angela talks a lot about like eating shit. And like let me use like this Ben example as one example. When Ben recruited Chris Bronzak from the band Attila into the party, he was being betrayed left and right by all of his friends and being completely shit on because this guy has got a pretty wild public persona.
Well, you tried to leave? Come on.
For sure.
Okay.
I
left
in the midst of all
and
of
now
that,
it's still
I
here.
called him.
Yep.
You left the meeting just to
Facebook
come
shit
back
or whatever. Or Twitter.
Come hang out with us,
I called
man.
him
Hey,
and
we were
told him
cheering for
personally
you. Good
that
job, man.
Bro,
You're welcome.
He's not my candidate. However, I see the vision. You're trying to create a liberty of music to liberty pipeline. And can we tap into the culture? And can we create relationships with somebody who is involved in the metal scene like that and then spread it? And so, fuck what everybody else says. If you have that vision,
you a real one.
Fucking go for it.
I respect
and,
that.
And I
there's not a lot of real ones left out in the game,
and this is the kind of shit that happens in this game.
Well, it's just
like a
wave
happens on
I'm
Twitter,
on the board.
I'm gonna have tears in
and
my eyes
like
right
that,
now. I'm
so
so emotional.
I'm on the board.
I'm so proud of you.
I'm gonna have to fight these people, and I'm all for this, but like, why not bring in these people who are our people? Like, it doesn't make sense. And then the fucking truck guy was like, why don't y'all go talk about it somewhere else? You know what? We are. Right here. We'll talk about it right fucking here. Members
Make
only.
a quick follow-up to Austin's point.
I love you.
Rob was the plant the whole time.
Point of her on this call
Rob,
that matters
I love you.
Everything else.
I just want you, like, I hope you go back and watch this fucking show, and like, I want you to see my reactions, like him if you like, like please, like clip that shit out, like.
No clip.
I'm so proud of you, Rob. I'm so proud of you. You're such a real one. That's a real. This is a real ginger right here.
The vast majority of Michigan candidates, we had like 50-something candidates.
It just didn't make sense. And I'm all with chat. Like they are being
at that
prissy
convention,
bitches. Like the rest of the LNC, like Meredith and Adrian are being cunts.
There's an immediate attempt out the door to remove the share.
At the same time, like if they're not
frankly,
going
at
to
the
let
beginning of the
me
day,
in,
they had the majority.
Yeah.
We
and
debated.
he's talking numbers now. Like
Scott,
why
I see
can't I
Chucklin, who was there
talk numbers?
helping
They
us
want
for
me to
it, and I
talk
wanted to
numbers.
thank him for
They don't want
his
to listen to the
support
fucking
in that.
truth.
As it was critical, came out and traveled to
That's all right.
Michigan on like a day's
I just wanted to
notice
pop in and
help
see how you guys were doing. I'm
try
not
to
staying on
We're
for
doing
long.
good, man.
really
We're
lead
having
the
fun.
caucus.
Get
I love you, Rob.
get McGee on.
I love you
we had
so
fights.
much. I'm gonna
I
suck
put
your
out a
dick
call
from
in
the
the very
back
opening
one day
statements today.
on camera so
We've been in our
everybody sees
legal
how much
fights,
I
but we have
love
an
you.
opportunity to do
His girlfriend
our
doesn't
work
like
for this
that.
election
Yeah.
season.
I don't care. You can
Regardless
tell
of
her
all
she
the
You just made a
legal
weird
compete
fights,
then.
face at me.
Tell
I'm
her
not going to
compete
pull
better.
back on those.
Tell her it's a free
But I
market
want to put them on
economy.
hold
I'm
for the
gonna
next
suck
couple
that
months
dick
while we
better.
go from July 20th, I think that happened on.
Tell her this
until
is my
November.
dick and my
That was my
swamp.
opening statement. Nonetheless, it was
He's saying he's
immediately
gonna suck my
started
dick
the
in
day
back.
with an
Rob,
attempt to
Rob,
shoot a bunch of
I've
yellow
never,
boy
targets,
Josh
just
said
like
this
how
I've
is
they
never
his
seen
dick.
Rob so red.
repeated the same bullshit move that they did there.
Oh, that's
There's
from
still a
the
court case going on around that, by the
diabetes.
way. I'm gonna win it.
Yeah. But all right,
Then
I'm
when
out of
that
here. I can't
failed,
take any more of
No,
this.
you're good, man.
They're
I
still
love you, Rob.
after they told me not to
It
talk
was
about the
attempted to remove
LNC.
me.
They're literally still
Thankfully,
talking
that
about the
failed.
LNC.
I love
It's
you,
actually
Rob.
crazy.
I love you
All
so
those people
much.
basically left.
It's actually crazy.
And despite my
It's
call
like,
to
Chat.
do an amazing
Con,
turnout,
we're
we
getting
nominated
fucked up.
Chase.
Yeah,
Swamp getting
Chatterton,
Despite all the
fucked
guy
up.
claims
right
we were
here,
gonna
he is
sandbag and
he is
block
dropping
him.
truth bombs, but at the
And
same
I put the
time,
call
like,
out to the people who supported
that
Chase in
trucker
our
guy.
state. Like we had
Yeah,
an amazing
fuck that
Senate
guy.
candidate who did an awesome
All right.
We'll
campaign
catch up.
this year as well.
All right, Chase.
And my statement was, hey,
Ooh, I almost
don't
ended the
particularly
broadcast.
support Chase
Ooh,
personally.
Don't do that.
I almost
No,
clicked end
No.
the
certainly will do
broadcast.
any
Damn,
necessary
Rob,
actions from the
fucking-
party level.
Rob's
in
the
fact,
spy
we've
for everybody
coordinated campaign
tonight.
events between him
Yeah.
and our Senate campaign. But we put the call to our opposition there, like, hey, you guys focus on Chase's campaign. A bunch of us are going to work on
Y'all
his
don't
Senate
think the
campaign.
swamp
You know,
is the swamp
let's just
now.
do good
Y'all
campaigns.
don't know the swamp.
And within a week, I was greeted by
We're
an
the-
email from the
the
attorney
swamp is
for
the
our opposition
libertarian
saying,
deep state.
hey guys, obviously this case is going to escalate a lot real quick here. You know, why don't we switch this to like email so we can just do it faster and just like get through this stuff and do this case and have this argument and shit. So there's no desire to actually pursue this stuff. We ended up with our Senate campaign. In my opinion, we blocked Mike Rogers from winning the Senate seat.
Rob's drinking
Trump
whiskey
had
tonight.
an extremely, in my view,
Get a girl
unexpected
off
win in
me.
Michigan.
That's why I can't hang out.
Despite big odds against him. But Mike Rogers lost. And if anyone's not familiar with him, he is former like chair of the House Committee Select of Intelligence. Like he's probably one of the guys that put the knife in Trump's back, but Trump, you know, endorsed him over Amash, who got blown out. And I think our candidate changed that outcome. And we put on, you know, a pretty amazing, we had campaign stops around the state. We did like 6 public speeches, town hall things. They weren't amazingly turned up, but they generated so much content that we're going to continue to use that stated the position of our party. That's going to be outreach for us going forward. It was amazing. It's the best thing I've seen done in Michigan campaign history. And the people that ran Chase campaigns, to my knowledge, they went to 3 Pride events. They set up a tent that 2 people sat at all day and probably had less than a dozen visitors throughout the whole day. And they had a fundraising dinner at one of their houses, which was basically their campaign team getting together and bitching about me. So
Fuck you,
work needs to be the currency of this caucus and this party. Our people are doing it head over shoulders above anyone else in the party. And we're trying to be dragged down. I'm sorry this went a lot longer than the quick comment I had intended it to be, but I hope it was well received and just illustrates that point and the importance of what Austin said.
Absolutely. Thank you, Andrew. And we're seeing a common theme here. Work, productivity, doing. Speaking of doing, Nick has his hand up so long, it's probably all the blood's drained. Nick, take it away.
Yeah. Honestly, through a lot of what was said since I put my hand up was covered. You know, I just wanted to kind of stress how frustrating this is. It's every time we get somewhere, there's always something. And now it's, you know, people that we've considered, you know, I know that there's been issues in California and I don't know all the details there, but like, you know, people that are on our side that, and all of a sudden, you know, we've seen it before, people flip, people this, people, yeah. And I just honestly don't understand it. We joined this caucus for a reason. Right. There was a vision that Mike laid out, that Angela laid out, that you know, Dave Smith sold to everyone on this, you know, and that's what we're here to do. And I feel like people are getting, you know, there's all these, I don't know whether it's just the pressure that comes from from the retards constantly laying it on people, or if it's egos or whatever it is. But this is incredibly frustrating just to see happen again and again. And right now, when we should be on this call celebrating the biggest fucking victory that this party's had on the federal level, and we're here talking about, how to handle internal shit because
that's all we can do.
Gone to hell, because it seems to have gone to hell, or everyone's all over the place. And if like I said, I don't know what it is, but it's something where
can I give a context to that? Like just an addendum to that?
Yeah, I'm done. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I think it's totally possible, and this is something Austin has touched on. There's a reason that you haven't seen me in the Discord and you haven't seen me in, Twitter and all of that stuff. And that's because I'm just doing the stuff. This bullshit does not need to be engaged with. And it all comes down to a question of what is it that you want to do? And is your actions aligned with what you say you want to do?
Told us if
you want to do Liberty shit, then do Liberty shit and tune out the other shit. Because everybody here presumably has jobs, has families, has hobbies, has careers, has aspirations, has stuff that's competing for their time. And if you fill that bandwidth with Liberty shit and bullshit, I mean, do you really have time for that? You know what I mean? I understand, like, if something really truly serious happens that needs to be addressed and all of that. I'm not saying like don't ask us any questions. But at some point you have to use some discernment and basically say, I'm gonna drown out the noise and just grind it out. And that's how I've done all the data work that I'm doing and all of that stuff. And I think like that's kind of the overarching message here. Like, where is our focus? It should be on Ross right now. That is a huge win. Michael. We should be using that art to our advantage to white pill other people into the proof of concept that the party really can affect liberty in real life at the federal level. I would have told you a year and a half ago before this started that that's fucking impossible.
By doing liberty
I would have told all of you that absolutely full-heartedly, and I was wrong. And Angela proved me wrong. Like, it can be done.
Bills Chiefs tied at 29 with 6:15 left in the quarter.
Thank you, Mike. I agree. Mr. Bukovic has his hand raised.
Oh, let's go Bills.
So
that we can say,
moving forward with the present issue at hand, are we to interpret anyone on the board not rescinding a yes vote
holy shit
as someone acting against the interests of the members of the caucus?
Hold on.
I think that there's people that have reasonable objections. We're going to be making strong cases to those, and I've yet to hear credible arguments against those. So there's definitely some people that currently have yes votes for good faith reasons, but I don't think they're valid, and I'm going to be working hard to change them. And I think when that's all laid out, as I mentioned, much of this discussion has been actively suppressed for the past week and not have been allowed to have. So I wouldn't say that anyone currently in that situation is in that, but I'll see how it goes.
If they tell them
my answer to that question is that it is actively shutting down conversation.
If like I flipped in 48 hours, it's not good faith.
What?
I was gonna.
If you don't change your mind in 2 days, you're not acting in good faith.
Vote on those good reasons in a week after the process has actually been allowed to play out.
Yeah, I'll rescind my statement to that degree. Is that, I forgot to consider that we're not asking for it to be made to be heist right now. This is to have a vote at our February 2nd meeting, basically. So,
there's concern about Karen Ann getting a hold of the gavel.
Fucking dumb.
Oh,
true.
True.
There's two responses.
If there's
to
no
that.
chair in VC, then
one
does Karen Ann get the gavel?
You should not have done what you did to Angela. That was a destabilizing, like they shot themselves in the foot with that, pressuring me to resign a few weeks early. The other is you can do what happened for tonight's meeting, which is don't show up to the next meeting on February 2nd. There's no quorum and there's no Karen Ann with a gavel.
No quorum, no vote,
It's very
baby.
simple.
Let's go.
There's two ways to approach that.
This is my favorite.
All right, I am seeing no more hands lifted. And to attest to what Mike said earlier, all of us have families and et cetera, et cetera. I'm going to give it about 10 seconds here for more hand raising until we move on to the next point of the agenda.
I'll say I want people to ask me the questions. You know me, guys. I've been doing this a long time. Ask me the tough questions.
I want
ask
you
me
on
the
the
questions you
show
think I
so that
don't
we
want
can
to
have
answer.
a fluid
Michael,
conversation.
come on the fucking swamp and ask the hard questions.
Raise those
Pussy.
paws, folks. Raise those paws.
Pressure Mike to get on our
We're
show.
gonna
I
get-
don't
we're
want
gonna-
to. I don't want to do it in a meeting. I want him on
Oh,
our
we
show.
got Austin.
Wait till tomorrow. We're gonna get
I
after
figure
him.
I'll
That's a
just shoot
softball.
one. So, okay,
We're getting after him tomorrow.
hard question
Starting
here.
tomorrow, we go after Michael.
Are
Heiss.
you secretly a Sith Lord that planned this
fuck
whole thing
Come
all
on, bro.
along to
I
get
am
all of our
Emperor
money and
Palpatine,
Kennedy's money
fucker.
and go start
Y'all
your own
don't
republic?
know.
Because if so, I
Mitch
really
is
want
really my
citizenship.
Jar Jar Binks. Y'all don't realize.
No, I would
this
just go to
shit.
Liberland.
Just wait.
Dilatory. Next question.
Yeah. Fuck
Next question.
Great question, though, by the way. I'm
not a
seeing
great
smiles for the first time in an hour,
It's a shit
including
question.
myself. Any other questions? Thank you guys for being patient
Now
with my
fucking
barely
go
able to
away,
run a fax machine brain. I am a tech boomer.
I think Calvin asked, is Justin Amash actually considering chair?
Yes.
I will say I didn't look at the entire Twitter thread.
It's
It
a
seemed to me
two-post.
that his answer was, I'm open to having the conversation, but it needs to be, I forget the word he used, stable or something like that. My interpretation of
stabilized the
that
LP
from
for the
watching how Amash operates is, if the party could be in a position to where I could get my seat
Bro,
back
did
as a
this guy
libertarian,
block me?
then I'll be chair, which means no.
And he
Like-
wouldn't last 30 minutes, I can imagine.
That
I'll
raises
agree
a good
with.
question. Is
Bro,
he eligible
what?
to be chair? Is he still
That
what are the
motherfucker get
requirements to
run
be a
over.
Libertarian Party chair if you've switched parties?
That is a good question. I will have my people look into it.
Bullshit. He could be libertarian chair.
I see
He's gotta
Luke's
pay
hand
his shitting
raised.
Membership. Did he pay his $25? Then yes, and he can be the chair.
I just wanted to ask
Y'all
for a
might not like
reiteration
that,
of
but just like Robert
what
Kennedy can be our fucking
what should the
libertarian
people on this
fucking
call do
in the cabinet.
in order
Justin
to
Amash could be
deal
our
with the
chair.
current situation? What's our
I
call
don't
to
want it
action?
either, but that's what the truth is.
All right. I didn't even hear the question.
Which situation? The chair situation?
The chair situation, yes. Yes.
So again, Andrew said it best, and that's kind of how I look at this too. It's not even necessarily about supporting me for chair yet. I will ask for that. That will come. But right now, it's more like, what is the necessity to ram somebody through without a conversation? You know, why does that have
including
to happen?
Michael Heiss.
And can we have that conversation? That's really the first step, and then from there we go to, a vote and the conversation. I'll ask for your support of that.
I've asked for that, and there have been people who have said like there's reasons we need it as soon as possible. But I've asked, and this was among the things that I raised before coming here and talking about this was, what are these reasons? Please explain them to me. I'll get on the phone with any of you. Please make clear to me what these are. And none of that's been responded to at this point.
I will say a board member, I'm not going to name names, but a board member who was mentioned earlier tonight, I asked them that directly. And their answer to that was, I don't have to answer to you.
Sounds like
There's no reason, because I'm not hostile to the party. I didn't leave on, this is going to sound bizarre, but I didn't leave on bad terms. Because here I am sitting through this whole meeting. I said publicly I'm going to continue to work with staff. I'm going to work the media cycle with Brian McWilliams on all the Ross stuff and the additional, like the Kennedy stuff for the next 2 weeks. They need my cooperation and help with transferring over like payment processors and things, bank accounts. A lot of those entities require my name, my social security number, copy of my ID. It's a huge pain in the ass to move all that stuff without my help. Believe it or not, most of that stuff was in Robert Krause's name prior to me taking chair, which is a huge no, the deep state of the LP. And so I'll be here helping Hannah Kennedy and whoever whoever follows me, like sign things and pass it off. Like there is no emergency because it's not like I just like disappear into thin air.
To piggyback on both of those comments real quick, anytime we're human action people. Incentive. Anytime expediency, we have to do something right now. Oh my God, right now. In my experience, if you just wait, snakes will start crawling because the heat is turned up. When time of the essence is pushed, there's a reason. And that's just simply human nature right here.
After getting home from the DC stuff, Angela provided a layout of everything that needed to be done that she needed to wind down. I don't think she's doing anything without oversight at this point. And
all those
that
hands tell me that a
it
lot
was
of
all
people
laid
have a
out
lot
that
of
she was
questions and don't
cooperating,
understand what the
and
marching
yet it
orders
was still
are.
made so urgent. And as I said, these things are now being used as justifications for why we can't consider these decisions. It's been very apparent to me that there's been an absolute, maneuver to make this as urgent and as fast as possible. Don't ask questions. We got to go, go, go.
So essentially, I just wanted to make sure I'm very, very clear here. So basically, the main thing is people on this call who are wondering what to do. Basically, it's
think for
twofold.
yourself.
One is press them to slow the roll on the vice chair vote or whatever, so that it's
We
not.
need no votes on that to stop that motion. So a lot of people have already abstained. That will not stop that motion. If there are abstentions, one yes vote passes. We need more no's than yeses on that motion.
Okay. So so press for that, and then also, if you believe that, as we do, that Michael Heiss would be the best replacement for Angela as LNC chair, then press for that as well. But it's basically a two-part thing. The more important thing is to press for this to slow down, essentially. And so it's essentially like emailing the region reps and the at-larges and essentially the LNC members.
Yeah.
Is what our call to action on this specific issue should be.
The concerns about needing a chair before Angela's resignation is completed, or else Karen Ann will gavel, are nonsense. If that occurs, she gavels in and somebody says, I motion for a chair pro tem, and that's a majority vote to give it to somebody else.
That's it. You think you guys won't have? Everybody has that vote.
Yeah.
That
It's the urgency, and if it's a vote no on McGee for VC, it'll be the vote for chair in that meeting, and McGee will be on the table for that and making a case, I hope, and explaining why he's the candidate for it.
he can be the chair pro tem, whatever, but not the chair. No
Why?
offense.
Why?
It's not about being the anti McGee brigade. It's about being the what's best for the party brigade.
And why is he?
And to be clear, I wouldn't be looking to push him out of vice chair either. I don't know that anybody is looking to do that.
Right now, my money's
you know what I mean?
behind
If he won vice chair and then with
I'm not even
chair
for
pro
McGee,
tem,
but
as we had this conversation, and I somehow got it, I wouldn't be against McGee. You know what I mean? I would be trying to focus on the things that I already laid out earlier.
I see all the hands raised, and I'll make one more thing. I'm sorry to keep butting in, and feel free to stop me. This is, I think, relevant to this current discussion. Is everyone may remember some time ago, I put forward a motion to get rid of the public list. At that time, I was given assurances that we weren't going to bulldoze motions through on email ballots anymore and all that, and that's gone out the window of late. I don't know if it's even been sent out. There's a laundry list of 6 or 7 motions that have come up in the last 2 days that were rushed through in these emergency meetings of informal discussion that didn't include a large chunk of the board, and then these things decided and pushed out in these email motions that are in progress right now.
They're doing it right now. They're trying to rush a decision to accept my resignation at a meeting tomorrow so that they can push it into
I'm
the
sorry.
media
Did
cycle.
you resign before
so
you
that
were
it'll,
ready?
Piss off the Kennedy people so they can lose the JFC. That's Bill and Karen Ann.
That'll destroy us if that happens and screws their shit up.
This
This is against stuff that these people have committed to explicitly in the past, that they're just trying to. There's no adherence to commitments made. This is just throw it all out the window. They're going to stop Heiss from being the potential chair under all costs, in my opinion, at this point, is their mission.
All right, we're going to go to the next question. I think Bukovic's hand is next, followed by Timothy Perkins, followed by Samantha McKee.
Well, just kind of a sarcastic
Samantha
question
McGee,
to back up Chatterton's point there.
Oh, McHugh. Oh, that's that chick. That's
yes votes that are in such a hurry to get all this stuff
What's
done.
her name? We had
To
her.
what
She was on
degree
the
have these
LNC.
people been in a big hurry to make donor calls, to work on membership, bringing in membership, or to do meaningful work on committees? Because it seems like they're definitely capable of urgency. I just wonder if it's been something they've been doing their whole terms.
It's all bureaucracy. Very, very good at doing investigative reports, committee meetings, Robert's Rules of Order, picking up the phone to make donor calls. There's 2 people who've done it, and it's been very sparse. Thank you calls to candidates. That was me. Data collection of candidates. That was me. Freedom calls. And some we had to just copy from West Benedict. It's been a struggle to accomplish things.
No, it sounds like Leighton.
I don't want to say without support, because that's not totally accurate. Without active support on the political front is a better way to put it.
Sam McHugh, she was on our
The whole reason,
LNC
and
stream.
my understanding is the whole reason Angela had to get the Freedom Calls LLC spun up in the first place is because nobody on the LNC would make the calls that were needed.
And I will also say that Hannah and I both hosted a couple meetings where we were giving pointers and tips to people about how to make calls. This was around the time when we first started kind of pulling our member list along the lines of what I was describing earlier. Like we were pulling the member list by, say, people who answered foreign policy, because we have an active Defend the Guard effort. So we should call these people who care about foreign policy and say, hey, do you know about this Defend the Guard effort? Send us money, and all of that stuff. And yeah. And that kind of planning, by the way, all my machinations, like that like how to use the data, all my machinations.
Perfect. Perkins.
Hey, this question's for Big Mike. You're thinking about moving from a paid position to an unpaid position, and I just wonder
Big Mike
what
is just
you want
hilarious.
to tell us about your considerations there, and whether, like Angela, you might set up a Patreon, or what's going on in that department.
I haven't considered a Patreon because I hate it. But maybe that's something to consider. The irony in all of this is right before this blew up, I actually just accepted a sales job. And I start training for that on the 3rd. So that's one consideration. Or another consideration is there are some people who would be interested in making sure that I could focus on this. And things need to be in a position to where, there's a viable path to this. But that would be what I would try to do, is take them up on that offer.
Okay.
Perfect. Next question. I thought I saw another hand raised, but I'm on 3 devices and
I just messaged him directly. I'm
okay.
doing something.
Yeah, Sam, put your hand back.
Okay.
No. I'm sorry, Travis. Nana is aware that I was seeking chair. I had a phone call with Nana yesterday. I told him about it, but I kind of relieved him of any responsibility, saying, I know you would never vote for me because your region would not allow it. But I did have a conversation with him and let him know, just on a personal level, what I've been doing as staff.
Dustin, Nana?
Any other questions?
Sounds like they're about to wrap it up.
Yep.
The fuck are
Hearing
you doing?
none, seeing none, I entertain a motion to end this call.
Entertain a motion, bitch. You running this?
Don't be Adrian. Don't rush it. Is there really no questions?
Damn.
Can we do, besides questions, before we end the call, can we do a quick state roundup? Because I think there was a couple conventions this weekend.
Sounds good.
All right, who's running?
Raise your hand with your state convention info.
Arizona just ran through this convention.
Yep. What do you want to know?
Convention results.
Do they want to know results or
Might be in chat. Let me look in the chat.
Yeah, they're like, I don't know, because all of our guys lost.
I see no raised hands. There we go. Kentucky. Let's go down the Bourbon Trail. Go ahead, bro.
The Bourbon Trail.
Since no one else went, I guess our convention will be February 22nd, so it'll be the day before next month's meeting. So I don't have anything to share now. I will be rerunning for vice chair based on numbers. That looks pretty good. Our Mises guy, Charles, will be running for chair, and our Mises treasurer will also be rerunning for election. Our secretary, who is not Mises but doesn't have the votes to do anything and is pretty friendly with us, has indicated she will not be seeking re-election. We're trying to get a fully Mises person in there to have a fully Mises board. Hopefully, I will reiterate that positive update next month, the day after I'm re-elected.
Just because you have a Mises board doesn't mean you
Hell
get to
yeah,
do
brother.
Mises
Love
shit.
it. Wisconsin,
I learned that the hard way.
go. Bryce.
Yeah.
All right. Similar to his, my convention hasn't happened yet. It's in April, but
So why the fuck are you losers
as
talking
of how
about this
things are
shit,
playing out right
Bags?
now, it's looking
the
pretty
fuck
good. We
up.
already got
They're promoting them. That's why.
half of
God,
the
it's like the
potential
kids are
voting
like,
board
"Can we have any
members.
final questions before
We
they
have
let out of class
our
in high
people
school?" Like,
running for those
hey, teacher,
positions.
what's the homework for this
I'm
weekend?
personally I haven't decided yet between vice chair or at large for our XCOM, but
Doesn't
that's
matter. I'm
where
gonna
I'm
dig
at
my
right
dick
now.
into your butthole,
We're gonna try to get
fucking
Stephen
loser.
Eckert back in as chair,
You're a homo, and I'm
and
gonna show everybody you are.
looking forward to it.
Damn, he's still trucking, huh? He went through a fucking rough time.
I'll truck you, Michael. Come over
Yeah.
here. Bend over,
damn,
touch your
that's
toes,
been
boy. I'm
fun
gonna
here
show
in
you where the wild
Wisconsin for
goose
sure.
goes.
Must be if he's still fighting. Yeah, damn,
Michael
good on
likes
him.
me calling me his Uncle Henry by the time I'm done.
Awesome. Thank you for that update, Bryce. Our Tennessee convention. Shit, I'll go. Tennessee convention. I have our convention coordinator on the call right now. I will let her give that information if she wants to. All right.
Yeah, March 1st and
I
2nd,
hate
Chattanooga,
libertarians.
Tennessee.
They are
We've
the
got Dr.
longest
Peter
winded fucking
McCullough,
losers in the fucking
Captain
world.
anti-COVID regime himself.
Dude, fuck yeah.
Yeah, and Dan
Fuck
McKnight as
yeah.
well. He's coming
Turn
to
on
run
your
a
fucking
political
camera,
leadership
Michael.
school on the day 2 of
Paid
convention.
you how many
So we got some
thousands
heavy
of
hitters
dollars
coming.
over the last 5 years and you
Obviously,
can't
lots of
afford a
PDR
fucking
discussions.
camera?
We have workshops on
No.
that. Very Mises
Fuck.
Forward conference. Lots of new faces just from the draw of the guests
You
we
don't fuck
have.
up
So
if
it's
you want to
basically
talk out there.
a convention for planning business, electing our new officers, and it's recruiting all in one. So if you're in the area or want to be in the area, reach out to me. I can give you some details.
She wants to give you a reach around.
Absolutely. And if you're,
Yeah.
if you're looking for, because I know we all struggle sometimes, recruitment funnels dry up. Reach out to me, Tatum, Samantha, for ideas. We tend to
Let me
we've
talk.
built the coalition funnel.
Give me
I
the
think that's
window.
the best way to breathe new life into your state parties. Any other convention news around the globe here?
Yeah, I'll just say I'll speak on behalf of Georgia and Florida. Georgia's having their convention March 8th in Perry, Georgia. Come hang out. And then Florida's having theirs on June 6th through the 8th. I will be at both of those conventions. So if y'all
I'm
just
gonna
want to just come hang out and have a good time, that's where we'll be at. You can go find it
be at the Florida
lpfcon.org
convention.
and lpgeorgia.com.
I'll be at the
Dude,
Florida
there is a
convention.
Florida
I'm
Georgia
renting a
line country
convertible.
joke somewhere
I
in
don't
the
know how
fact
much
that
weed
Yeah,
you
right.
have,
but, uh-huh.
but I'm gonna
Yeah,
get
come on down, man.
fucking
Let's have a good time.
drunk.
And shout out to Georgia. I talked to, I think it's your secretary recently. I apologize, I forget her name. She's a chick.
Oh,
but
you didn't know I was doing that live?
she was
Okay.
telling me about all the issue work that you guys are doing and like your Vanish Big Brother stuff
God
down there
damn
and
it.
what was done on the
Chief
Sound
Eagle
Money
Super Bowl?
stuff. And
Fuck.
I gotta
it's
keep my
fucking
cred
cool,
up.
man. Good
Hang
job.
on. I will not take credit for anything I didn't do, but come hang out with us for sure. Yep.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Anyone else have any more announcements that are brief within 30 seconds to a minute?
Yes. Reminder, call bank for the people whose confirmations are coming up this week. Kennedy, Tulsi, and Cash.
Chiefs won.
And thank you guys so much. And don't get mired down in the drama. We're celebrating big wins and we have awesome stuff to do.
1000%. Perkins.
Thanks to the efforts of Will Hobson, we have sponsors for Defend the Guard in Oregon on the Republican side. And he spoke to the Senate president, who's a Democrat. We have Democrat-controlled legislature, and they think that it sounds like a great idea to stick it to Trump. So we have major progress. All kudos to Will Hobson.
Awesome. That's fucking awesome. Angel, can I curse as chair? Can I curse in meetings?
I just do it a little bit.
Quorum.
I have a really foul mouth, and it's just reflexive, and I have to really watch myself.
Tell them motherfuckers how you really feel.
You can't say I motion for anything though. I will start petitioning for your removal. It's I move that. You don't say I motion.
I will say I'm not going to be the best for honor chair. I'm definitely not going to be the best for honor chair.
Yeah, just don't say I motion. I don't really care about the rest of it. No,
I've been fighting that battle in Pennsylvania. Everyone still wants to say that, no matter how many times.
I move.
it
Just
comes
think, what are you doing?
Fuck
Movement.
everybody.
Like you're doing
Fuck
interpretive
Angela.
dance. You know,
Fuck Michael Heiss.
Move.
It's also
Fuck
gay.
everybody. Fuck all these state chairs.
Would
Fuck
anyone
all
like
these
to
past
abstain?
LNC chairs. Fuck Nick Sarwalk
So
too.
there's a couple
I'm
things
the
in the
greatest
chat.
presiding officer this party's
One
ever fucking
lady
seen, and y'all
reports
should
on
respect me
Defend the
enough to
Guard in
fucking
Nebraska.
put
We've
me
been
on
getting
the
lots of
fucking
positive
pedestal.
reports around the country.
I'm the
So
man.
everybody
They
who's been
suck.
working on that, thank
I'm
you
great.
so much.
They're
This is
fucking puss.
like,
Elect me.
let's assume
Fuck
like
them.
this all goes to
Let's
shit and
fucking
Heiss is not chair and we lose.
Oh shit! I
LNC.
didn't mean to
We're
do
just
that.
back
I'm
to
sorry.
2019 with a hostile LNC board, and we do what we do. We recruit, we work on our issues, we do the Defend the Guard,
That
we
was
have our
great.
states,
That was
we
the
keep
best
working on our
only
states,
caught the-
and
it
we
only
go
caught the
back and we
screen
get our
off.
board back with people that
That
are
was fucking
hardened
hilarious.
fighters. This is the plan. So thank you everybody who's still working on that. Keep working on what you're
Fuck all
doing,
y'all.
and
I'm
we'll
the man.
we'll get where we
You
need to go.
suck.
I mean,
I'm great.
we all
Any-
want Heiss in there so we can continue the vision, but this is where it all starts anyway.
I just dropped an email address in the chat. Drew Rhea, he's a
Fuck you,
staffer.
Michael
He
Heiss.
handles all the
I'm
emails
gonna
for the
be
LP.
chair, and you-
Send your
I
white pills
can't
on
wait
Defend the Guard and all that
in
shit
a, like
to
a
him
week or
so that
two,
we can get it
look
out.
at Michael Heiss. Look at Michael Heiss. Look him in
Nice,
the face.
thank
and be
you.
like,
And
"Look at
the
me."
other one was a
me.
question from Sam. It looks like it's
I'm
for
the
you,
fucking
Mike.
LNC
Hold on, hold
chair
on.
now,
So
pussy.
it says,
Do something,
a
faggot.
fault on our end is the panic and chaos from being caught off guard from decisions that were made without board being informed or consulted. At these higher
Keep
levels of
them
influence, you may not have
on
the time to
their
consult with your board first,
toes.
obviously, but will it be
If they
paramount to you
don't
to
know what
inform
you're
the board
gonna
after
do,
said
how
urgent
the fuck
decisions
do they know
so we
what you're
aren't caught
gonna
off
do?
guard and constantly thrust back into defensive posturing? That's the question for you.
Yeah, so my answer to that is I think I have a track record on this, frankly. I think my style is, I've always described my style as very Joe Frazier. Like I'm very through the front door. I'm very direct. I'm very, here's what we're going to do. Here's how we're going to do it. Here's why we're going to do it. And that's fucking that. And we're doing that. And, you know, and that's that. I try to keep it simple in that way, you know, and just be completely forthright and not veering for what I say I'm going to do. You know, so
Mike
there
is a
might
good-
be
oh my
executive
God,
actions that I would
hydration.
have to take.
He's good at selling himself.
That'll
He'll make
come
a
up
good
that I can't
salesman.
really anticipate
He'll
what
make
they
a
are
great
at the moment.
salesman. He can come work for me
But at the very, very
sometime
least, I
and
would
say,
have
"Hi,
confidence on the board. You know, Andrew
let me
Watkins,
get
for
your
example,
last name. Let me
is
get
always
your
a confidant.
reservation confirmation."
What's up, JC? Glad you're here.
What's up, JC?
Hells yes. Rebecca has her hand raised.
Yeah, hi. I
going
was
through the
you were giving
final questions
updates on
and
Defend the
comments.
Guard. I figured I'd do that from Minnesota
Like,
too.
this is just like a
I'm not sure what color pills
microcosmos.
ours
Anybody have any final
is because we
comments or
have
questions?
Republicans that are holding it up
2
in the House.
hours later,
And so
we're still
when it
here.
comes time, the chair of the Veterans Committee has very specifically told me he has no interest in pursuing Defend the Guard, nor will he entertain it in his committee. However, I don't know if you've been paying attention to Minnesota politics, but the Democrats aren't even showing up this legislative
Yep.
session to the House. It's only the Republicans that have been showing up. So for 2 weeks, not a single Democrat has showed up to work in Minnesota in our House. And that really is all thanks to a party member in the Libertarian Party of Minnesota, because he did a personal investigation into one of the candidates, the Democrat candidates that won House District 40B. And he won the seat not even living in the district. And
Oh,
so
did
he
I
was
misread
ineligible
that?
to run, much less win. And because that he is now can't sit in the seat, even though he won the race, The governor
Ben
won't
Weir's not running for chair. He
tried
said
to
he's
call a
running
special
from
election
chair.
illegally. That got overturned. And then now the Democrats aren't even showing up to work because that guy won the seat and isn't allowed to sit in it, even though he wasn't even eligible to run. I don't know. But anyways, that was all. One of our party members is the person who did that investigation, and it is completely holding up all business in state in Minnesota. Nothing is happening right now. So I don't know what the outcome will be, but that's what's going on.
Hey, no business is good business when it comes to the government.
Yeah, especially in Minnesota.
Hey, you are not lying. Thank you for that update. Chatterton.
Regarding the question earlier about the rapid decisions by the chair and ways for dealing with that, one of the things that's really lost my faith in the alternative approaches besides heist has been basically calls for trying to deal with that by essentially neutering the authority of the chair to push more things into just whole committee discussions and all that. Going back to one of the first things Angela said about why you just can't operate that way. If we're going to play this game, we got to have a nimble chair. There needs to be oversight and assuring that we are not caught off guard exactly to address those concerns. But I don't have confidence that that will be addressed in a way that will allow us to continue to be effective, to continue to work these efforts, to get these wins. I don't see it on there. And that's one of the foundational reasons why I think that this is so critical, that it is absolutely existential. And I put in my post, like, if we don't succeed at this, it is my belief that it probably will not be immediate, but we will be on an irreparable course towards a slow limp to the grave, basically. And, I don't know if we will recover from that. I hope we will be able to, but I'll leave it there.
Noted. Very good points. Andy.
If you find
up.
yourself upset about what's going on right now,
Somebody hit it with the wrap it up.
regardless of how this ultimately shakes out, there's a chance we're always gonna need new board members in 26.
Oh,
and so use this as fuel to start paying attention to the list, start familiarizing yourself with Roner to the degree that you can. Just keep abreast of what's happening, so that as we approach 26, you can be a body on the LNC to have a little bit more of a resolute attitude on the board when we get to 26.
That right now.
That's more of a long-term action, but it's something you can start doing right now, and we're going to need those people.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, go ahead and build the bench out. Build it now. That's bench, BENCH, for you smart Alex with my accent. I am seeing no more hands raised. All hearts and minds clear. Go ahead, Kat.
Real quick, give just as all hearsay because I'm just catching up on all my chats, but I believe Mississippi is now Mises majority, although we don't have the chair. And kudos to Zach, who worked his butt off organizing that state. So there's a rumor that went around that Zach doesn't do anything. Zach has organized several states pretty much single-handedly, and he continues to do so. There's a reason he's on this board, because he is a powerhouse at that. And the other information I got is we lost Arizona.
Sorry, guys, but that's already almost over.
And that
Wait,
sucks.
That is correct.
I will say that
given
Arizona pretty much has never talked to me about organizing. So this is just information I heard through the grapevine. So what were you saying, Angela?
Maybe you should reach out, you fucking loser, fucking twat.
It's my understanding that
Call me, ho! I'm right here!
Drew Heaton is a
Oh,
chair.
wait, you don't know I'm here
because
because I'm not here. Whoops, my bad.
You're done right on.
Suck my
He's on the
dick.
board.
Don't talk about Arizona or I will
Interesting
smack your shit.
thing about Nathan. Nathan filled out
who?
the form to be on the issue coalition teams. And sure enough, I called him, and there was no drama in the call, and he wanted to be on the Sound Money team. So
hell yeah, bro.
just saying, it's not like I didn't know who that guy was or how he operates, but still called him, still put him on the list. And I just want to see the work done.
And therein lies the theme of the meeting. The work done, productivity done. We clearly see that. You guys
Unfortunately,
are
it doesn't
here. Everybody's
matter.
been here. We've been talking about it ad nauseum. It's a lot easier to bitch about said work theoretically being done than just doing it. And thank you guys for all being here. Like, it's really important, this sense of community that we have. We're all islands on our own little spots across the country.
Another hand
But
went
we're on
up.
this call. We have a community. We all
Okay,
know
never
why we're
mind.
here. The
Oh.
mission is clear.
Now
Now
it's a
run the damn
flash.
playbooks. If you run the damn playbooks, you get the undeniable wins. And that's exactly what we're all going to do. We will be sending out a bullet point action item follow-up email to all of you. You'll see it. We're working on that right now for what's the best course of action for us about the expediency. Why is this vote right here? Lobbying our reps, excuse me, accordingly. And we need all options on the table, all details. But thank you all for being here. I don't see any other hands raised.
Put her on blast.
All hearts and minds
He
are
won't have
clear.
access either way.
And this is not democracy, so I'm not taking a ending of the meeting vote or motion. So good
They're
night,
so
everybody. Love
secretive
you
and full of
all.
shit. That's
See you
why
in the
we're
funny
bringing
papers.
it, because it really shouldn't be.
Good night.
There's nothing here. They're ending it right now. We're gonna have more conversations to be had in the. Let me pull that down. You should still be able to hear us there. But yeah, there'll be more conversations to be had over poker. But I don't know, Josh. What's your reaction to the Mises meeting? I got some thoughts of my own. But go ahead. Or do you want me to go first? I don't know.
No, that was just a dramatic pause, just to let people.
Okay. All right.
Let's all soak in real quick what just
Yeah,
happened here.
what we just heard. To be fair, we didn't get a full speech from Angela. We came in like halfway through Michael's speech. So, we missed a good part of it is what I'm saying. But from what we did hear. Yeah.
So, first and foremost, let's go birds.
Okay.
That's the most important thing we've taken away from all this. Let's go Eagles.
Yeah.
We want to see the Chiefs lose in the Super Bowl. But digressing from our NFL fantasy league and going into our political fantasy league, which is the LNC, I'm glad that a lot of people know the nature of politics and how to play the game, and I appreciate all that. I'm very proud of Rob for being a real one when he could have just bent over the table for a lot of people who would have the peer pressure is real right now, I'm sure. A lot of people could have bent over the table tonight, and I saw a lot of people did. And I've seen a lot of people over the last week who I would have expected to fall in line and play ball who were like, no.
It's falling apart. Yeah, it's falling apart.
It's entertaining.
That's why we're here, baby. Yeah.
That is why we're here. I'm not mad at it.
Yeah.
I like everybody. I want to see everybody win. Yes, even you. Okay,
Thanks,
maybe not you, James and Hannah, but the rest of y'all, yes.
Yeah.
I want to see y'all win. But what y'all deem as a win and what I deem as a win are not the same thing. And I'm sorry, but I'm holding y'all to my definition of a win and not your definition of a win. So I have, you heard me kind of say it through the show, but for those who are opposing Adrian, God bless and good fucking luck.
He's a good troll.
You were treading into a fool's errand. Adrian is going to chew you up and spit you out. And I'm going to be the first here to pledge my full and unadulterated support for whatever Adrian is going to do to you.
He's replying to me right now, by the way. Anyway.
And whatever he does, just know that I'm going to be backing him 1,000%.
Yeah.
Let the Lord have mercy upon your soul, because I promise you that if Adrian does, I will not. And I want you to look into my eyes and understand I am not fucking with you anymore. Let the Lord have mercy upon your soul. I will not. God forgives. I don't. If you're scared, go to church and pray. The Lord forgives. I don't. I hold grudges. I will heal in hell.
Yeah, he Adrian's fucking trolling me right now in DMs. No. We'll get him on to talk about it. I don't know. This is people want to know like what happens in MC meetings and stuff behind the scenes. I mean, you just saw it right there. That was a complete like this is exactly what happens. There's a group of people who are looking for marching orders, and then there's a group of people who want to question and whatever, but they're like very timid about it, and they're not going to call it out directly for what it is, but they're just going to kind of dance around it. Later on in the national Discord, there will be some discussion back and forth, like apparently there was with Adrian and Meredith, and those people will be dealt with. And it didn't always used to be like this. It used to be that you could have a disagreement with people about things, and it wouldn't ever come to a resolution, but those discussions were acceptable. And it was like, okay, we're on the same page, like for what we want to see at the end. Maybe we disagree about how to get there. Maybe we disagree about who should be leading it or whatever the case may be. But there was like a general understanding, like we have a greater goal in mind. And now, they said throughout the meeting that like this wasn't the case, but I'm telling you, like they just told you within 48 hours, if you are not supporting Michael Heiss, you are actively working against them and you're not doing it in good faith.
Heil Heiss.
Heil Heiss.
Heil Heiss.
I mean, you heard it right there. It was said very subtly, and if you weren't paying attention, you missed it. But that's what he said. Was like, because the question was something like, well, what is the good faith disagreements or, whatever, like, how should we respond to them? And the answer was, if they don't change their mind in 48 hours, they're actively working against us and it's not in good faith. What? This is not an acceptable answer. So, and it never used to be like that. I mean, and that's what I was kind of alluding to earlier.
This is not the Mises Caucus I grew up with.
Yeah, no, it's not. And the more they do this, the more they're going to isolate themselves and lose power. They're not going to win in 2026. I felt that way before this meeting. I feel even stronger about that after this meeting. They are not going to win in 2026. It's over.
And I'm going to be very blunt here. I know a lot of people within the swamp has talked about me switching up my affiliation, moving out here, because
I didn't mean to broadcast anything if I did. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I'll put myself on blast here.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot, because this is a members-only show.
Right. Yep.
A lot of the members know that I've been very heavily considering switching up my affiliation.
Yeah.
Even to the point where my wife has questioned, like, did you or did you not?
I don't know. I don't know either. If Laura doesn't know, I definitely don't know.
And I'll say this, is that I absolutely believe what I've been saying for the last couple weeks. But this has become a lot more interesting all of a sudden.
It's fun.
It is fun. It's a lot more fun than it's been in a long time, Tim.
It's entertaining.
It's been a lot more fun. It's been, I think, we're in 2025?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's been this much fun since Reno.
Yeah. Well, Reno, it was a different kind of fun, right? Now it's on the other side. It's kind of fun.
Is it a different kind of fun, or is it the same kind of fun, but like the people we're having fun with are different?
It's different for me because on the Reno side, I was on the reset side, 1,000%. Like we needed to reset. I wasn't willing to pay thousands of dollars to go make it happen, but
Look,
that's the one regret I have.
I was not only
100%
100% in on the reset, I was part of the reset team. I helped craft the reset strategy. 2/3 of that strategy that Michael Heiss leaked reading in the Reno was my fucking ideas. I'm taking full fucking credit at this point for everything positive that happened out of Reno. That was my work. That was my ideas. This was my paranoia coming to roost on every fucking losertarian thing that the fucking prize could do. Everything that fucking bad happened in that convention, I called out weeks in advance, and we had a plan ahead of time for, including Ken Molman backing out at the last minute like a pussy. I created Reno. I gave the fucking MC the goddamn win, and I will burn them to the fucking ground if they want to slight me.
I don't think they...
Welcome to the fucking shit show. I will fucking burn Rome to the ground. I'm the goth that you were afraid of.
Yeah, I don't think that they have
MC
any...
has one last chance. I'm putting it out there for the private swamp. Y'all can call Michael Heiss. You let him know he's got one last chance to save his ass before I burn this whole fucking party to the ground and I rebuild this shit from the fucking ashes.
What are you talking about? There's no... I love the spirit, but there's like what? There's no saving it. It's over. It's done.
No. It's not done.
It's
yes,
done.
the MC is done for sure.
It's
but
done.
The LP is just beginning.
Yeah, we'll see. Josh, what is this? Halavko Pacino impression. Halavko heel promos are legendary. Listen, we haven't even started yet, bro.
You're goddamn right, my heel promos are legendary. Fuck you. You're fucking pussies. I'm the tyranny of evil men, but I'm trying to be the shepherd. And if you don't let me be the shepherd, I'm going to turn back into the tyranny of evil men. It's your choice. Would you rather me be your shepherd, or would you rather me be the tyranny of evil men that leads you to fucking ruin?
Hold on, let me see. I have to go to this. Somebody said, where was it at? Josh organized the shoulder check on Sarwark.
I'm not going to take any
Hold on, I got the clip.
credit for that. I'm just saying it happened right in front of me. I'm just saying, Stephen Nikela was real quick to that for a reason.
Here, there's a...
I'm just saying...
The
Michael
name of this
McFarland
video...
was the one who got body checked by... Wow! An Arizona chair got body checked by Nicholas Sarwark, and the Florida chair just happened to be there to jump in right near the vice chair for Florida, who happens to be in Arizona. Wow, Josh isn't the deep state? That's crazy.
The planned attack of Nicholas Sarwark. Oh my God. Oh, hold on. I'm trying to rewind this. All right, let's go.
Michael McFarland, Nicholas Sarwark, right by Texas, which is right.
He just threw his shoulder into me.
Sir.
This dude has unauthorized recording, and Steve Nikela...
There's Steven. Oh my God! It's like I knew what was coming.
Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair.
With security, I request...
With security?
As a member of this body to not be physically assaulted.
Physically?
I was physically assaulted and violently accosted by this LNC member who has no business being here because he is a Nazi GOP plant.
All right, I just love that. Spots is so good, dude.
Ladies and gentlemen, planned attack. I have evidence that this was planned.
Look, there were so many people reading who saw that went down and really cried.
Listen, I will press charges.
I would have told Nick Charles, press charges and fight me, pussy, consensually.
I love how everyone laughs at him.
Fight me consensually and let's see who wins.
I want to ask this body. Everyone,
I am challenging every LNC chair candidate at Grand Rapids to the Elimination Chamber.
Oh shit, it gets worse. Hold on. I just saw it comes there.
And we can debate and we can disagree, and we can yell, and we can scream, but our values are that we do not initiate force.
And he didn't.
I want that video found so badly because for probably 4 reasons. Number 1, I want them to find the people that did it. Number 2, I want them to stop being able to say alleged attack. Number 3, I want them to see that I fought back. And I want a little gay boy who might watch this to see that I fought.
Fuck Nick Shaw.
I fought back. Let's go, bro. Let's go. It's such a good video.
I'm gonna make a bold statement here.
Yeah.
Fuck Nicholas Sarwalk.
That's bold.
Fuck Michael Heiss.
Okay.
Fuck Angela McCardle. Fuck Josiah Baker.
Okay.
Fuck George Phillies. Fuck Joe Bishop Henchman. Fuck Paul Dar.
I don't know.
Fuck Karen Ann Harlow.
You would. Anyway.
Fuck them all.
Yeah.
Y'all got one choice in Grand Rapids. Either you choose me as chair, or
Damn.
I burn this fucking party to the ground and make you regret it. That's
Party-
where I'm at this point. This is going to become a dictatorship, and unfortunately, y'all don't realize I don't trust any dictators except me running the show. So y'all can agree to just submit yourselves to the tyranny of Josh Halofka for 2 to 4 years, depending on what I get as bylaws changes, or you can suffer my wrath.
That's how I feel right
I'm King Ramses. You stolen my slab. Return the slab or suffer my curse.
Yeah. I don't know if you're actually running or not.
Return the slab or suffer my curse.
Hey, we're going to go hang out in poker. We're going to have a good time. The next few shows after this meeting, we've got a couple.
They're going to be balling. Let's go.
Yeah, we've got some crypto guy coming on next week. But after that,
Adrian Malagon, Jonathan McGee, we're bringing the swamp to the swamp.
and we're telling Heist to put his balls where his mouth is and finally come on our
Let's
show.
go, pussy.
Like, let's
Do
go,
you want to
dude.
be here or not, faggot? Somebody clip that, send it to him. Michael Heiss, do you want to be in the swamp or do you want to be a latent homosexual like all your fucking friends and allies? I'm here right now, motherfucker. Do you want this or do you not? Are you a pussy or are you a real man? Show up and be the champion of your fucking family or be a fucking loser like you've always been.
I'm going to piss me
I'm
off.
right here. Where are you?
And then we're going to play poker.
Let's go play poker.
All right.
Let's go play poker.
Have a good night, guys. We'll see y'all in the